What's up? Get away from my car in the car washes. I want time to get my car washed. All those other people have time. I don't have time. Move out of the way if you see my car. Thank you. Appreciate your time. I'm joking. It's... Man, cars are dirty. Man, that's salt too, man. Man, it gets tracked into your house, all over the floors, the carpets. And I'm floor man in my house. I'm kind of obsessed with the carpets and floors, so I got a Swiffer going. I got wax going. Oh. And there's so much salt down outside of Pittsburgh that the streets are white. So much salt down. It's crazy. It's messy, it's dirty, it's gross, and it looks nasty when the snow gets dirty and salty. And it makes our beautiful town really, really ugly. Hey, deep breaths, everyone. Deep breaths, everyone. First of all, this whole notion that Trump's coming to take you away if you have any kind of Hispanic or Mexican background or dark-colored skin is the biggest load of crap I've ever heard. Look, I'm a pragmatic guy. I kind of like the facts, and we chase the facts, not the rhetoric. I know a whole bunch of cops. I don't know one cop that has made a nice arrest. Not one. In Pittsburgh. Not one. Not one. So all this insanity and lunacy. I don't know any judges that have had any hearings with illegals. I checked in the jail. 0. Just trying to help. Just trying to help. Channel 11 reported 30 businesses shut down out of precaution. That's not true. More hype. I checked with the sheriff. No arrests. You know what I say? All sizzle, no steak. And then there's Mr. Gainey. By the way, let me preface this by saying I like Ed Gainey. I really do. He's charming, very charismatic, funny, engaging. Been in his presence many times. Sat in his office alone with him for 2 hours. Had my son in his office, sitting in his chair. So what I'm suggesting is, for me, this isn't personal. We chase the truth here. And I want to play this sound from his oratory yesterday in Harrisburg. Listen to Ed Gainey yesterday.
I'm not going to be working with ICE. My administration will not work with ICE. We will do whatever is necessary to make our city more welcoming. That's what we're built on. ICE is not going to end the situation of a failed immigration policy. It's not going to do it. What it's going to do is create more situations where people feel scared, where people don't feel safe, where people will do things that they normally wouldn't do. If the federal government wants to be serious about what they want to do to reform the immigration law, then they need to create a pathway to citizenship. And until they're ready to roll up their sleeves like mayors got to do throughout America to change the dynamic of a city, change the dynamic of the federal legislation that demonstrates that you are creating a pathway, a wall's not going to cut people out. We building a wall with millions and millions of dollars when we got homeless people that's hungry in the street. If we're going to be serious about changing immigration, then change it through the legislation. We know what needs to happen. Where's the appetite to do it right so that America could be a safer place? This right here is only going to create a situation where we feel less safe and going to be more problematic than it is going to be resolved.
Not one arrest, not one ICE arrest in the city. And by the way, he has not ordered the police chief or cops to ignore illegals. He just hasn't. He has not issued that edict. The mayor hasn't. Play the very first 4 seconds of that again, please, Ryan.
I'm not going to be working with ICE.
That's it. I'm not going to be working with ICE. To that end, here's what the head of ICE, was it Nome? What's his name, Patrick? Tom, who?
Tom Homan.
Yeah, Tom Homan. I like him. You know why? He just gets to it. Listen to what Tom Homan said to the mayor and about the mayor of Denver, and in reference to any mayor in America that wants to ignore ICE. Listen, not work with ICE. Listen.
Well, look, me and the Denver mayor, we agree on one thing. He's willing to go to jail. I'm willing to put him in jail. It's a felony if you knowingly harbor and conceal an illegal alien from immigration authorities. It's also a felony to impede a federal law enforcement officer. So if we don't want to help, that's fine. He can get the hell out of the way. But we're going to go do the job. President Trump has a mandate for American people. We got to secure this country. We got to save American lives. And I find it shocking that any mayor of a city would say, and President Trump's been clear, we want to concentrate on public safety threats and national security threats. I find it hard to believe that any mayor or governor would say they don't want public safety threats removed from their neighborhood.
All right, Mr. Mayor. I forgot this one. This is, and then I got some numbers you got to hear. This is that two-term president, the first progressive, the man everybody loves, with the massive following. What was his name? Obama. This is Barack Obama. Listen to Mr. Obama, the president. Listen.
If you're a criminal, you'll be deported. If you plan to enter the U.S. illegally, your chances of getting caught and sent back just went up. The actions I'm taking are not only lawful, they're the kinds of actions taken by every single Republican president and every single Democratic president for the past half century.
Play that again, please. For folks who missed it, the truth is Obama.
If you're a criminal, you'll be deported. If you plan to enter the U.S. illegally, your chances of getting caught and sent back just went up. The actions I'm taking are not only lawful, they're the kinds of actions taken by every single Republican president and every single Democratic president for the past half century.
Oops. You know what my friend Jack Nicholson would say? You can't handle the truth. How about that? You can't. And let me give you more truth. I hate to ruin your day with the truth. Now I'm getting sent names of Mexican food restaurants in the area that say they have operational changes due to staffing limitations that might have had Hispanic employees that might have been illegal. But a note saying this Lebo restaurant apparently cut hours due to losing illegal immigrant workers. No one's saying they were illegal. There's an ebb and flow to the immigration situation. There's an ebb and flow to the visa situation and an ebb and flow to the work visa situation. But I have no information suggesting any local restaurants had to shut down because they lost illegals. All right? All right. So you heard from Obama. Oh, what did he say? Oh, if you're an illegal immigrant, you'll be deported. So here's the beauty of America and American culture and Trump haters. If Trump says that, he's a racist. He's scaring people. He's destroying American cities. You heard the Pittsburgh mayor. If Obama had called Ed Gainey and said, I need you to arrest these illegals, what would have Ed Gainey have done for Obama? He would have said, yes, sir. Now, sir? Yes, sir. But because it's politics, it's a bad thing. Because it's politics, it's heinous and hateful and discriminatory and predatory. But when it was Obama, it was amazing. I'm going to blow your mind when we come back with the numbers. And the numbers don't lie. And it's frightening. From the P.J. Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic powered by Bowser. Ellen Gamble, what's up?
All right, Marty, what's up is we are entering that phase of the morning where the construction crews, scarce as they are this time of year with the cold weather, they are getting out and about. And so they've set up shop, for example, on the Parkway East outbound. This is eastbound between the Business 22 off-ramp and the off-ramp for Route 48 in Monroeville. Now, this is a shoulder project most of the time as they do some lighting installation. It could happen in either direction on the road, but sometimes they have to set up a lane restriction. They've done that on the outbound Parkway East, as they did yesterday morning, and we're seeing lots and lots of heavy traffic as you travel there. So do leave extra time. Inbound side is unaffected at this point. We do have the Parkway East on the inbound ride closer to those Squirrel Hill tunnels, stacking up between Edgewood, Swissvale, and the inbound tunnel portal. Parkway West inbound has eased off. It's just backing right around the runaway truck sand pile before the Fort Pitt tunnels. The outbound ride toward the airport is a good one. With AAA traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
All the news you need for your day and the sports, music, and podcasts you love are all on the free Odyssey app. Download now.
Lowe's knows how to help make your Super Bowl 59 party a touchdown. Let us help you prep your home to host with top brands like Charbroil, Blackstone, and LG, so you can be the MVP of game day. Plus, use the Lowe's app to find what you need for a seamless shopping run. Or huddle up with our Lowe's Red Vest associates to help make all your game time hosting decisions.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at getethos.com. That's getethos.com.
So, the best food in this area is in Oakmont right now. The Lot at Edgewater, the Pub at 333, Hofstadt's, Michael A's, Vinny's Tavern, and the place that started it all, Carnivores. I'm telling you, folks, I've eaten at all of them, and my man J.K., the Oakmont Restaurant King, delivers nothing but the best. Oakmont, the best food, the best community. Check it out.
Are you ready to take your business to the next level? Meet Viant AI, the world's first fully autonomous advertising platform. With Viant AI, you can automate media planning, analyze results, and drive smarter decisions, all while saving you time and resources. Viant AI helps you unlock new potential and boost productivity regardless of your expertise. Visit Viant.ai today and see how the future of artificial intelligence in advertising can work for you.
At David's Bridal, love is in every stitch. From the initial sketch to the final details, each style is designed with exquisite craftsmanship. Every wedding gown, bridesmaid look, prom dress, and special occasion style in between features handcrafted details filled with love. Come see the magic in person. Book an appointment and sign up for Diamond Loyalty to save 15% on your first purchase. Earn points towards special rewards and more at davidsbridal.com.
Love Coit. You know that? I've had him in my house a dozen times over the years, every single time. So professional, so amazing, great pricing, great service, great experience. So start off the year with this 50% off savings, 50% off Coit. My friends at Coit, right now, it's a slow month. So right now you get 50% off carpets, rugs, drapes, blinds. 1-800-FOR-COIT. Can you imagine that? 1-800-FOR-COIT. 50% off right now. You might not have a deal like that again, folks. Check it out. Coit rocks. UPMC, life-saving, life-changing information. Amazing.
Everything you need, every time you listen. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
If you're a criminal, you'll be deported. If you plan to enter the U.S. illegally, your chances of getting caught and sent back just went up. The actions I'm taking are not only lawful, they're the kinds of actions taken by every single Republican president and every single Democratic president for the past half century.
Ouch. And then the sound with the ICE director, please, where he's telling the mayors, I'll arrest your butt. Listen.
Well, look, me and the Denver mayor, we agree on one thing. He's willing to go to jail. I'm willing to put him in jail. It's a felony if you knowingly harbor and conceal an illegal alien from immigration authorities. It's also a felony to impede a federal law enforcement officer. So if we don't want to help, that's fine. He can get the hell out of the way. But we're going to go do the job. President Trump has a mandate for American people. We got to secure this country. We got to save American lives. And I find it shocking that any mayor of a city would say, and President Trump's been clear, we want to concentrate on public safety threats and national security threats. I find it hard to believe that any mayor or governor would say they don't want public safety threats removed from their neighborhood.
Play the very first couple seconds, please, Ryan, of Gainey, please, yesterday in Harrisburg.
I'm not going to be working with ICE.
That's it. That's it. So riddle me this, and I'm going to grab my friend John. Riddle me this. Who by far deported more folks as president, illegals? Who? Bill Clinton, George W. Bush, Barack Obama, Donald Trump. Come on. 866-391-1020. Legit question. Who deported more illegal immigrants? Bill Clinton, Patrick's guy. George W. Bush, liked him. Barack Obama or Donald Trump? Who? 866-391-1020. 866-391-1020. John sent me an amazing text yesterday, please. John, jump into the conversation.
Hey, Marty, thanks for taking my call.
Oh,
hey,
man.
My sister has two kids. They're two Mexican American gentlemen, and they pass for more Latino than they do white. So they went to school right after the inauguration, and they were threatened by kids in their school. We're going to call ICE on you. So my sister had to get them copies of their birth certificates. So the 16 and 12-year-old kids have to now look over their shoulder, carry a birth certificate in school, and they're perfectly legal. They were born here. Their father and their mother was born here, but they look different. So that's the dehumanization and the demonization of anybody that looks different. That's the difference between what Trump is saying when he says that everybody that comes across the border are murderers and rapists.
He did not say everybody. Hold on, sir. Let's be fair, and I understand your angst, and I'd be hacked off too.
Yeah.
But he never said that. And answer my question. Who deported more illegals than any president by far in American history?
By far Obama.
Right.
By far. But it was also a very targeted enforcement.
Oh, hello. How the hell are you talking about targeted? That's what this is. How is this any different?
But here's the thing: when a MAGA guy comes and he says, "I'm going to call ICE on you," just because my niece and my nephew look different.
Well, that's political rhetoric. That's political rhetoric. That's the climate we're in. But if Obama,
right, I understand.
But hold on, my man. If Obama deported 3 times the number of illegals that Trump did. So who's the bad? Hold on. If I'm just telling you, if I'm just throwing the facts at you, who's the bad guy? If you want to wrap your arms around illegals, Trump or Obama? Obama. I love your call. I get that there's angst, but the facts are clear here, man. I mean, it's not even close. It's not close. And let me say this. The Democratic mayor of Pittsburgh, because I was here when this happened, I was here when Obama was president, he didn't say squat about this. He didn't say one damn word. Nothing. And by the way, Patrick points out something that's spot on. For decades, and I've been at this for a while, people said, I'll call ICE on you. Anytime they see someone with brown skin, that's racism, that's hate, and that's ignorance. But I'm just telling you that the facts are clear. Appreciate your call, my man. And I love the fact that you're afraid for these kids, because that sucks. That sucks. But at the end of the day, if Obama called Ed Gainey and said, my man, we're coming in there and grabbing 1,000 illegals today, Mr. Gainey would say, sir, here's a key to the city on your way. Go ahead, Laura.
Hey, Marty. I agree. Obama did. If you look at the old videos and everything, Obama was saying, if you're not here legally, you're gone. And unfortunately, in the last presidency, they didn't do that. So, yeah, he did deport a lot. Trump didn't have to deport a lot because he had the border closed, and Obama had done a good job. And now, unfortunately, Trump has to clean up the mess that he was left.
I'm just telling people to look at the damn numbers. And here are the numbers. And I hate to ruin your day if you hate facts. I was actually kind of shocked when I saw this. Bill Clinton deported 870,000 illegals during his tenure. That's 1993 to 2001. George W. Bush, from 2001 to 2009, about 2 million were deported, illegals. Donald Trump, 2017 to 21, around 1,000 deportations. I'm sorry, I'm an idiot. About 1 million deportations. Drum roll, please. Barack Obama, Democrat, was nicknamed the deporter-in-chief. Why? During his tenure, 3.2 million deportations. 3.2 million. The all-time record, not even close. The deporter-in-chief was a Democrat. Why are you so angry, Mr. Gainey? Because it's Trump. It comes down to politics, not policy.
You just realized your business needed to hire someone yesterday. How can you find amazing candidates fast? Easy. Just use Indeed. Start at Indeed.com/credit.
Hi, I'm Ken Mears, founder of Great Healthworks, the maker of Omega XL. Folks, if you're searching for an answer to your daily aches, pains, and soreness, then try Omega XL. It's a natural product sourced from a green lip mussel. This oil extract is one of the most powerful, natural joint relief super oils in the world. This one-of-a-kind extract is not found in any other product, and it's backed by over 40 years of clinical research, showing that Omega XL provides relief from joint pain due to inflammation. Stop living in pain. Inflammation is controllable, it's manageable, and it's fixable. Importantly, Omega XL is small, easy to swallow, with no fishy aftertaste. And it works. We've put over 20 years into this quality brand, ensuring that Omega XL makes a difference in your life. Try it, and you won't be disappointed.
Call now for Omega XL's BOGO special. 800-725-2090. That's less than $20 a bottle. Remember, there's a 60-day money-back guarantee. Terms apply. 800-725-2090. 800-725-2090 or OmegaXL.com/news.
Best are us when dreams sunk in. Best are us.
Right now, get $1,500 off a shower or tub replacement or $3,000 off a full bathroom remodel, plus low to no monthly payments. Call 412-556-BATH to schedule your free estimate or go to bathsareus.com. 412-556-BATH.
Best are us when dreams sunk in. Best are us.
From the Aetna Medicare Solutions Studio.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
34 with overcast skies. West winds at 10 miles an hour. We have gusts of 24 and a real feel of 26 now. 10:30. I'm Paul Rasmussen. Two separate housing proposals are up for debate today before the city's planning commission. News Radio KDKA's Tamira Rush has the story.
Mayor Ed Gainey's inclusionary zoning proposal would require any developer building a unit with 20 or more apartments to make at least 10% of those affordable. Gainey says,
all of this work built towards our work to launch the city's first ever comprehensive plan in over 200 years, Pittsburgh 2050, to establish a community-driven vision for the next quarter century of our city.
Councilmember Bob Charlin, who opposes the bill, says his proposal would raise the affordability ceiling to 120% of the area median income. Both versions face a mix of criticism and support. A meeting on the proposals is scheduled for later today. Tamira Rush, News Radio, KDKA.
The Allegheny County Health Department has ordered the Popeyes location in Wilkins Township to close following a number of health code violations. A closed sign is posted at the Popeyes location on William Penn Highway. That is where inspectors found a number of violations, including wastewater leaking from the ceiling onto surfaces and equipment, a clogged urinal in the men's room, and no running water in either restroom.
Fenway Sports Group is considering the sale of a minority stake in the Penguins. ESPN reporting it's unclear how much of the franchise the owners are looking to sell. If Fenway Sports Group finds a buyer for a minority stake in the Pens, the NHL's Board of Governors would need to approve the transaction. FSG purchased the controlling interest of the Penguins in 2021 for $900 million. On Wall Street, the Dow is up 144 points at 44,858. The NASDAQ is up 241 points, and the S&P is up 33. KDKA Radio News Time, 10:31. Our next update at 11. I'm Paul Rasmussen on the Voice of Pittsburgh News Radio, KDKA.
Hey, this is Lisa. You'll only find me at Nest Expressions Window Fashions in Wexford. Blind shades, shutters, and draperies are my passion. Call me 724-933-5500, nestexpressions.com.
If you are new to Medicare and have questions, Aetna can help. Aetna has a Medicare Advantage plan that includes prescription drug coverage with a $0 monthly plan premium. Plus, the plan includes benefits like dental, vision, and hearing. Call Aetna today at 1-833-771-3415 to learn more. A licensed agent will answer your call.
Aetna Medicare is an HMO PPO plan with a Medicare contract. Our DSMPs also have contracts with state Medicaid programs. Enrollment in our plans depends on contract renewal. Plan features and availability may vary by service area.
Custom Will knows that we'll all eventually need a will. How about right now? Trust & Will makes creating your will easy, like while you're lounging on the couch easy. Trust & Will is designed by attorneys but customized by you, and all documents are state-specific and secure. Find your plan at trustandwill.com and use offer code RADIO now for 10% off. That's trustandwill.com, offer code RADIO. Trust & Will is an online estate planning service. Visit trustandwill.com for details.
Everywhere you look, things are getting more expensive. So at Consumer Cellular, we're lowering the price for those 50 and up. Now you can get unlimited talk, text, and data for $30 a line when you buy two. That's just $60 a month for 2 unlimited lines. So if you're 50 and up, make the switch and save. Come on, you've earned this. Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com today. Requires 2 lines of service, age validation, and credit approval, subject to system and area limits, taxes, and other fees apply.
From the P.J. Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA traffic powered by Bowser, Illingame. What's going on out there?
All right. Well, Marty, we just got reports of an accident. Heads up in Squirrel Hill as first responders check out the scene of this reported tangle on Murray Avenue in Squirrel Hill near the intersection with Pawcusset Street. Parkway East inbound, not a bad ride, just slowing between Edgewood, Swissvale, and the Squirrel Hill tunnels. Parkway West has eased off considerably, just a small delay for you right around that Banksville on-ramp to the inbound Fort Pitt tunnels. As you're traveling out on the Parkway West, also near the I-79 interchange this week, just a reminder, at this interchange in Robinson and Kennedy Townships, crews are going to be doing some drainage and channelizer removal work there weekdays, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m., so there could be some shoulder restrictions through mid-February. With AAA Traffic, I'm Ellen Campbell on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Brisk and cold this afternoon. We'll have flurries around through midday, then mostly cloudy skies the rest of the day. High 37. Clouds break, low 33 tonight. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Heather Zaire, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Sunday mornings at 6 a.m. on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA, it's Tech Vibe Radio. Join hosts Audrey Russo and Jonathan Kirsting from the Pittsburgh Technology Council's Huntington Bank Studios as they bring you a front row seat to Pittsburgh's tech sector.
The KDKA radio text line is driven by Kenny Ross Auto Group. Find your best deal and Pittsburgh's best warranty at kennyross.com.
All right, Tuesday, we push along through the week. So much to get into. A lot of immigration talk. We'll probably keep that up and do a lot more. 2 to 6, right here, Colin Dunlap, KDK.
In the interest of making a point, I'm going to play these clips again. Ryan, start off with Ed Gainey. He had said this in the newspapers last week, but he said this again yesterday live. Listen to the smattering of applause, like one person applauding. When Gainey said yesterday in Harrisburg he's going to ignore ICE. Listen.
I'm not going to be working with ICE. My administration will not work with ICE. We will do whatever's necessary.
That's enough. You hear that? Smat. That's not even a smattering. It's a smat of applause. And then this is what Tom Homan said, who's the director of ICE, when he was talking about the Denver mayor and all mayors taking Ed Gainey's position. Listen.
Well, look, me and the Denver mayor, we agree on one thing. He's willing to go to jail. I'm willing to put him in jail. It's a felony if you knowingly harbor and conceal illegal alien from immigration authorities. It's also a felony to impede a federal law enforcement officer. So if we don't want to help, that's fine. He can get the hell out of the way. But we're going to go do the job. President Trump has a mandate for American people. We got to secure this country. We got to save American lives. And I find it shocking that any mayor of a city would say, and President Trump's been clear, we want to concentrate on public safety threats and national security threats. I find it hard to believe that any mayor or governor would say they don't want public safety threats removed from their neighborhood. There hasn't been one arrest in Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh cops have no record of one ICE arrest here. Not one. I checked in Wexford and Cranberry, same thing. I'm not suggesting there are any illegals here. Finally, please play the clip from Obama.
If you're a criminal, you'll be deported. If you plan to enter the U.S. illegally, your chances of getting caught and sent back just went up. The actions I'm taking are not only lawful, they're the kinds of actions taken by every single Republican president and every single Democratic president for the past half century.
So why is everybody so worked up now? Trump. It's Trump. Obama deported 3.2 million illegals, 3.2 million. Trump, during his first term, 1 million. Bill Clinton, 870,000. George W. Bush, 2 million. Obama, 3.2 million. And for all you freaks out there who somehow think Obama did that kindly and nicely and he hugged everybody and gave him a rose, would you please leave the country? We have a limo waiting. No. They bagged him and tagged him, man. They rounded him up. I was on roundups. I was there. Saw it in Dallas. Saw it. Saw it here. It's Trump. I love the personal attacks. So I call it truth serum. Bill Clinton, 870,000 illegals deported. Obama, 3.2 million. Trump, 1 million. Clinton, 3.2 million. I've reached out to my boys in construction. Generally, they have a good, their arms around the number of illegals out on construction sites, and they are out there. But I'm trying to get a specific number to see if it's still the problem it was, because it was a problem. I also know there are some illegals in the restaurant business and the landscaping business, but I'll tell you this right now. The Hondurans that did all the work in our neighborhood this summer were here legally, and they worked their asses off. I challenge you to tell me, why is what Trump is doing any different than what Obama did 3x, 3 times? 866-391-1020. I challenge you. Why is this different? Huh? So, Thomasina De Felice, I read these numbers. I tell the facts of this story. I challenge Gainey to the truth. Why didn't he argue when he was in Harrisburg about Obama doing this? Because it was Obama, his guy. I argue the truth. Prove me wrong. If this is Obama, all of you far left wokesters are saying, yeah, you're my man. Go get him, Barack. By the way, I loved Obama. Charismatic, charming, insanely amazing speaker. So, Thomasina De Felice says, Marty, your show is getting worse every day. Why don't you go kiss the ring like your boy Fetterman? I love John Fetterman. I've loved him for 25 years. And he is my boy. And thank you for knowing. This is what troubles me about the left. Now I'm a bad guy because I agree that Trump's doing the right thing here. Now I'm the bad guy because I'm telling you the truth. Now I'm the bad guy because Trump is doing a lot less than Obama did. Now I'm the bad guy for just telling the truth. Prove me wrong. I want one of you wokesters to prove me wrong. If we're looking at sheer numbers, flat out numbers, who's the bad guy here? Barack Obama. Barack Obama. Numbers don't lie. 3.2 million to Trump's million. Numbers don't lie. And by the way, I looked up the daily numbers. Even Biden was deporting about 60% of the number of immigrants that Trump got. Yesterday, he got 900 something, 1,200. It's not some massive number, man. It's a handful. Prove me wrong. Come on, wokester. Challenge the truth here. 866-391-1020. Challenge the truth. Tony, go ahead. Thanks for holding.
Marty, I want to congratulate you, man. You are so right on today, and I hope that by the end of your show, it'll kind of tone down the rhetoric and put stuff in perspective a little bit more. I mean, you are laying it out there, and I feel bad that like Ed Gainey and the poor gentleman that his grandsons or whatever were being harassed. Kids are going to harass kids for being different, for being handicapped, for being fat, for being anything. So if they're dark, it's going to happen. Nothing we can do about that between you and me. I'm just saying.
Right.
But the big thing is he said they're there legally, and surely to God in the office somewhere there's a copy of the birth certificates, and he's making it sound like there's a SWAT team looking through the window ready to blow the glass out because they've seen a dark person in the room, grab them and run out the door with them.
Well, here's the thing. If it's your kids, it sucks, and it's scary,
I get it.
And it's intimidating, and it's hateful. But the numbers don't lie, brother. They just don't.
No, and but to scare kids to think they have to carry around birth certificates because they're going to be scooped up, I mean,
that ain't
like you said, it isn't happening. It isn't happening. And I'm glad you're doing this today. You're doing a service to everybody that's listening because it's putting it making it real at least. And I congratulate you on that, my friend.
Thanks, my man. You're the man. My girl Karen, Marty, you know why no one knows how many people Obama deported? Because he just did his job. Play his sound again. Play his sound again for you suggesting, Karen, and I love you, that he did this quietly. Listen.
I'm not going to be working with ICE.
No. Play Obama. Sorry, pal.
If you're a criminal, you'll be deported. If you plan to enter the U.S. illegally, your chances of getting caught and sent back just went up. The actions I'm taking are not only lawful, they're the kinds of actions taken by every single Republican president and every single Democratic president for the past half century.
Karen, for you suggesting he did that quietly, that was a national address on national media from the White House. Sorry, you're wrong. Obama said, we're getting rid of you. Obama said, I'm doing my damn job, and he was loud about it. You just don't like Trump. I get it. He's a loudmouth. He's a bully. But for people to suggest that somehow I'm kissing the ring because I'm telling the truth, go away, shoe fly. Because as my boy Jack Nicholson would say, you can't handle the truth. And the truth will set you free. That people are afraid to hear the numbers. And Ed Gainey would be doing something completely different if a Democratic president was calling him, saying, hey, Ed, we're coming in with some warrants. You cool? Yeah, we're cool. It's just the way it is. It's politics, and it's ugly, and it's not working for Ed Gainey right now. From the P.J. Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser. Helen Gamble, what's up?
Oh, what's up, Marty? As we do have an accident in Squirrel Hill on Murray Avenue near Pecusset Street. Cruiser on the scene there, so you will find slowdowns on that stretch of Murray Avenue. You want to watch for delays on the parkways, but they're not too tough at this point. Parkway East inbound, a little bit slow approaching the Squirrel Hill tunnels. Same story on the Parkway West coming inbound. You do want to plan ahead for traffic stoppages, though, of up to 15 minutes at a time. This in South Fayette Township. This is work on the Millers Run Road Bridge between Mohawk and Battle Ridge Roads. It's running through this Friday, the 31st. Crews are doing demolition of a structure near that bridge, and so from time to time they will have those stoppages between 9 a.m. and 3 p.m. daily this week. With AAA Traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Did you know that now you can listen to all your favorite stations, including this one, shows, and even podcasts, all on the Odyssey app? Download it now.
Hey, folks, it's Marty. My friends at NASCO Roofing work year-round. While it's wintry outside, now's a great time to get that roof project going with a free estimate from NASCO, the region's roofing leader. Roofs are all NASCO does, and they're the only company I want on my roof. And they're experts at it. An A-plus Better Business Bureau rating. NASCO is the best. A lifetime warranty on all materials and labor. Call NASCO today. 412-373-2000. 412-373-2000. NASCO.
Local news can come at you fast. Want the latest on what's happening in your backyard? Download the free Odyssey app. Follow your local news station, and you'll get alerts on the top stories making headlines in your city. You can stay in the know, no matter what you're up to, and be among the first to find out when news breaks. Plus, keep tabs on weather and traffic, so you're never caught off guard. To get started, download the Odyssey app. That's AUDACY, and follow your local news station.
Now Taxes is using Credit Karma, where a TurboTax expert can do your taxes for you. They'll get your refund, so you can do more with it right in Credit Karma. Now this is taxes. Intuit Credit Karma with TurboTax. See guarantee details at turbotax.com/guarantees. Experts only available with TurboTax Live.
When you call yourself the voice of Pittsburgh, you have to know when to not talk. Sometimes you just need to be the ears of Pittsburgh. Just listen. Listen to what you have to say. These are complicated and uncertain times, but when you need us, we are here for you, and we're listening. A trusted source that you can count on to be here. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Hey, Colin Dunlap, KDKA. 2025 Pittsburgh Polar Plunge is the coolest event of the year. I'll be jumping in a bunch of cold water. So come chill. Acra Shore Stadium, February 22nd. Make a splash. Support Special Olympics Pennsylvania athletes all at the same time. Every dollar raised helps support vital sports health and leadership programming for people with intellectual and developmental disabilities. Parking lots open at 8 a.m. Plunge Town also features music, food, activities, and much, much more. Visit yinsplunge.com to sign up today.
Butler Transit, connecting people to places.
Are you commuting this winter from Butler to Pittsburgh for work? Give the bus a try. Butler Transit Authority offers morning and afternoon service between Butler and Pittsburgh. One-way fares start at just $3.87. Grab a comfy seat, hook up to the Wi-Fi, and save on gas money. Visit butlertransit.com for route information, schedules, and parking rides. It's affordable and safer to ride the bus.
Do you owe $10,000 or more in credit card debt or personal loans? With credit card debt at all-time highs, Debt Relief Advocates is urgently notifying consumers of debt relief now being made available, designed to aid consumers with out-of-control credit card debt. Those who qualify and enroll for this relief program will only have to pay back a fraction of what they owe. This is not bankruptcy or a debt consolidation loan. This is a relief program that credit card companies would rather you not know about, as it ends your debt nightmare and saves you lots of money. Consumers owing at least $10,000 in credit card debt or personal loans can now take advantage of this debt relief as the cost of living skyrockets. Debt Relief Advocates has established a relief hotline for you to call to learn what debt reduction you may qualify for, so don't wait. For this free information, call the relief hotline at 800-390-1164. 800-390-1164. 800-390-1164.
Here's your Jill on Money question of the day.
Herb from New England asks, I'm in my late 60s, retired, and I'm looking to donate my remaining savings at my demise to charitable organizations. What are the best charities with the least managerial fees? Well, Herb, I don't think it's about finding the best charities with the lowest fees. I think it's really about finding a cause that you believe in, or a few different ones, and then finding those charities that support those causes. You can check out sites like give.org or Charity Navigator, which will help you see how much of the donation goes to supporting the programs versus overhead.
Have a question? Go to JillOnMoney.com.
And now, a Progressive ad brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Drivers who switch to Progressive could save big. With Progressive, this has been a Progressive ad from Progressive. See if you could save at 1-800-PROGRESSIVE or Progressive.com.
Where Pittsburgh comes to talk. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
You just don't like Trump, and that's cool. Like my girl Karen, and I love her, one of my favorite people. But Obama announced to the whole world, we're coming after you, illegals. And she says, yeah, but he didn't brag about it. Yeah, he did. They bragged about it all the time. I mean, you just don't like Trump. Okay, we're cool. I get it. But we got to call balls and strikes here. And let me tell you this. They're building a wall in this town. And it ain't going to help them. You got far left Ed. I'm just helping you here with a little math. You got far left Summer Lee, just helping you. You got far left Sarah. Do you think Donald Trump is going to be inclined to help this region with far left telling him to go to hell? Do you? Because I don't. What do you say, Vern?
Well, I mean, it's an ugly situation all over.
It is.
But there's no easy way to get control of the immigrant situation, right?
Just do just do your damn job, enforce the law, and move on.
Exactly. And you know what? And they're going to have to tune it up because the United States needs workers, right?
Right.
The United States needs workers.
Right.
So at some point, they're going to refine it. It's going to make it easier for them to come in. But you got to vet them, right? You got to get background checks. You got to check them out. You just can't let anybody in. It shows up at the door.
But the truth is that what they're doing here is they're building a wall between us and D.C., and there will be no way Trump will want to help this region. No.
Just think if we lose another bridge.
Right on.
Okay? We lose something. We need some infrastructure money, emergency something.
Fast.
What's going to happen?
Right on.
What's going to happen?
Right on.
So that's my thought.
They're going to hear nothing but a busy signal. It's a game, man. I'm just telling you, it's a game. I just think that we're going to lose this game now. Hey, man, we're all in sales. I tell my kids this. We're all in sales. What's Ed Gainey doing right now? He's selling out Pittsburgh. The latest economic study, the indicators. This is kind of scary. They studied 40 cities in terms of growth. Guess which city finished 40th in terms of growth, economic growth? Pittsburgh. Just trying to keep it real. TJ, go ahead.
Hey, thanks, Marty. Hey,
Yeah,
Marty, real quick.
Yeah.
Could Gainey be prosecuted for harboring an illegal alien fugitive criminal?
Yes.
And knowingly doing, he could be federally prosecuted. What I think he's doing.
But hold on. Let me stop you. They have to want to pursue it, and they have to prove it. So yeah. But they could. You heard the man say it. You heard him say it. Thanks, TJ. I'm not trying to incite that. That's just not happening. It's ignorant. But in a big picture way, he's being credible and accurate. This is my thing this week, and you probably noticed this, and I've taken a lot of heat over this. Trump's hitting home runs, whether you want to hear it or not. He just is. Look, I've gone at him for 5 years. But I'm a big boy, and I'm pragmatic. And if he's hitting a home run, he's hitting a home run. He hit a home run for me in Los Angeles. He just did. Trump did at that news conference with the mayor of L.A. what I would have done. Called BS. Forced action. I admire that. And the fact is, you folks twist the truth to Trump sucks. He hates anyone from another country, and he's grabbing innocent women and children and deporting them. If we're going to use the same rules, Barack Obama did it at 3+ times the rate. My brother Jason, good morning, in Florida.
Hey, Marty, how you doing, buddy?
Good, brother.
Hey, do these people know there's like 330,000 children missing that come across the border and they have no clue where they're at?
It's true. Wandering around aimlessly that no one knows. There's no record. There's no documentation. It's a crapshoot and a crap show, my man. You know what we're going to do next? We're going to continue along this narrative. But we're going to talk about John Fetterman and the fact that right now in America, folks want us to stick to the narrative that Trump sucks. All of you folks throwing hate my way. I'm the bad guy now. Hey, I am what I am, and I chase the truth. And the truth is, Trump's hitting home runs. If you don't like that, you have to remember one thing. Elections matter. And Kamala Harris got her ass kicked.
Every Tuesday morning at 7:20, listen for Inside Independence Health, a look at all things healthcare with the experts from Independence Health System. It's brought to you by Independence Health System. Expert care here.
How would you like to have great beginnings for the new year? Lower blood pressure, lower cholesterol, lower sugar, more mobility, greater self-esteem, self-confidence, self-worth, fitting comfortably into clothes. This is Dr. Bridget Schufo from the Weight Loss and Wellness Center. All of this is totally possible when excess weight is gone. Now is the time to make your hopes and dreams come true. Put doubts, fears of failure, and excuses in the past. Call Dr. Schufo at 1-800-900-THIN.
The Village at St. Barnabas, the perfect place for mom.
Larry Richard with Len Lachina from Lachina Drapery and Blind Factory. Len, why have customers trusted Lachina for over 60 years?
It's simple, Larry. It's Lachina's quality, experience, and price. When customers compare Lachina with the competition, we're confident they'll find Lachina's craftsmanship and pricing unmatched.
Visit Lachina in Dormont or Wexford or call 412-665-4900 to schedule your free in-home consultation. Lachina Drapery and Blind Factory. Quality you deserve, prices you'll appreciate.
Football Friday off-season is here, and Tom Friday's Market has everything you need for your game day fare. Get to Tom Fridays for thick, juicy steaks, hand-cut T-bone, porterhouse, and bone-in ribeye steaks. No steroids, antibiotics, or hormones. And for you tailgaters, their homemade smoked kielbasi, homemade Italian hot or sweet sausage, barrel sauerkraut, and pierogies are second to none. Tom Friday's Market, California Avenue, Brighton Heights, just 1 minute from the McKees Rocks Bridge. Call 412-766-4500.
Paid for by government. Now is the time to fill your vault with Morgan Silver Bars. Grab your piece of America's silver legacy with this special offer. These spectacular shining silver bars featuring a crisp image of the iconic Morgan Silver Dollar, a legendary coin that has captivated collectors for generations. Call now to secure 1-ounce silver bars minted in 99.9% pure silver and made in the USA. Don't miss out on this special deal, regularly priced at $49.95, but for a limited time, only $39.95. Save $10 per silver bar. Limit of 25 bars per customer. The more you buy, the more you save. Up to $250 in savings and free shipping on every order. Plus, with qualifying orders, you'll receive a free Morgan Silver Dollar. That's a $59.95 value free. Call 1-800-386-7195 now to secure your 1-ounce Morgan Silver Bars for only $39.95. That's 1-800-386-7195.
SchultzFord.com. 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 SchultzFord.com.
KDKA and KDKA FM HD2 Pittsburgh. W261AX Pittsburgh.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. From the Aetna Medicare Solutions Studio.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
36 with mostly cloudy skies. At 11 o'clock, I'm Paul Rasmussen. President Trump is praising the initial efforts of Immigration and Customs Enforcement in rounding up undocumented immigrants across the U.S. The president said his administration is taking steps to recover from an open border policy.
I've also deployed troops to the border, and for the first time in history, we're locating and loading illegal aliens into military aircraft and flying them back to the places from which they came.
Pittsburgh's mayor said Monday his administration will not work with ICE. With that part of the story, here's News Radio KDKA's Tamira Rush.
Speaking to the Pennsylvania Press Club on Monday, Mayor Ed Gainey said his administration would not be working with U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement to arrest illegal immigrants.
We want to make sure that when immigrants are here, they feel welcome. We want to make sure that they know that we want to provide services for them.
Gainey said he doesn't believe ICE will fix any immigration problems, only exacerbate fear.
We don't want no hate. We don't want no hate. We don't want no division. We don't want none of that. We don't want none of that evil.
He says ICE isn't going to end the situation of a failed immigration policy. Tamira Rush, News Radio, KDKA.
One related story now. An inmate in Washington County being held on assault charges has been released to ICE agents. The man from El Salvador was released from the county's correctional facility to agents last week. President Trump has temporarily paused nearly all federal financial assistance. CBS's Stacey Lynn is at the White House.
The news came in an internal White House memo.
It was a short memo with broad implications.
Business analyst Jill Schlesinger.
The administration directed federal agencies to temporarily pause the funding of billions of dollars of assistance programs until at least mid-February.
As to who's exempt,
Medicare, Social Security benefits, and assistance provided directly to individuals.
It goes into effect at 5 p.m. Eastern Time this afternoon. Stacey Lynn, CBS News, the White House.
A man was shot in the chest last night in Allegheny County. 911 was notified around 8:20 p.m. of a shooting in the Prospect Terrace housing complex in East Pittsburgh. Housing authority officers found evidence of a shooting, but not a victim. A short time later, Duquesne police were called to Viola Street, where the man was located and taken to a hospital. He was in stable condition. Fire crews were called twice to the same home in Carrick this morning. Flames broke out around 1:15 a.m. at a home in the 100 block of West Cherry Hill Street. About 4 hours later, the fire department returned when the fire rekindled. And in Washington County, firefighters were sent around 5:30 this morning to a home in the 1200 block of McKean Avenue in Denora. Damage to the house is considerable. On Wall Street, the Dow is up 230 points at 44,943. The Nasdaq is up 213 points, and the S&P is up 37. KDKA Sports. Pitt will resume ACC play tonight. They're hosting North Carolina. The news is brought to you by P.J. Fitzpatrick. Home improvements with no interest financing if you need it. TrustPJ.com. KDKA Radio News Time 11:03. Confused about Medicare? One Health Benefits helps you select the best plan to fit your needs. Contact Dina Schmidt. One Health Benefits, 724-799-8873. 36 and mostly cloudy in Pittsburgh. AAA traffic and the AccuWeather forecast next.
That can be done for your neuropathy? The Pittsburgh offices of Tri-State Neuropathy Centers are pleased to tell you that is not true. With over 11 years of experience and 9 offices throughout the region, Tri-State Neuropathy Centers are the experts in treating neuropathy. Their team of chiropractic physicians have successfully treated over 13,000 patients by utilizing the most powerful technology available.
I had burning all night long. I wish I would have come to you a lot sooner. I would have dodged all of these problems. I could not believe just after a few weeks the difference. In 3 months, it's this good. I can only imagine how good it's going to get.
Get back to doing the things you love and call Tri-State Neuropathy Center's Pittsburgh offices today for a free consultation. Call 724-940-9000. That's 724-940-9000 or go to marydancedin.com. Tri-State Neuropathy Centers, the leader in treating peripheral neuropathy.
Do you owe $10,000 or more in credit card debt or personal loans? With credit card debt at all-time highs, Debt Relief Advocates is urgently notifying consumers of debt relief now being made available, designed to aid consumers with out-of-control credit card debt. Those who qualify and enroll for this relief program will only have to pay back a fraction of what they owe. This is not bankruptcy or a debt consolidation loan. This is a relief program that credit card companies would rather you not know about, as it ends your debt nightmare and saves you lots of money. Consumers owing at least $10,000 in credit card debt or personal loans can now take advantage of this debt relief as the cost of living skyrockets. Debt Relief Advocates has established a relief hotline for you to call to learn what debt reduction you may qualify for, so don't wait. For this free information, call the Relief Hotline at 800-390-1164. 800-390-1164. 800-390-1164.
From the P.J. Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic powered by Bowser. Ellen Gamble, what's up?
All right, Marty, we have some very heavy traffic caused by construction zone lane restrictions. So let's talk about that. If you're trying to head eastbound or outbound on the Parkway East 376, approaching the Monroeville Route 48 exit, you will find that crews are working out there doing, and this is a project that's happening through, I guess, about mid-February. They're installing some new highway lighting in that area between 7 a.m. and 5 p.m., and there could be some shoulder restrictions. And then at times, as they're doing right now, between 9 a.m. and 3 p.m., they can force a lane restriction as well. So the outbound Parkway East is very heavy for you. Not long after you pass the Brodi Road interchange, you're in that heavy traffic past those crews who are working with that lane restriction as you make your way out toward 48. So an official heads up for you there. Parkway East on the inbound ride, sailing along nicely through those Squirrel Hill tunnels. Parkway West inbound, just a minor delay in front of the Fort Pitt tunnels. With AAA traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
This afternoon we'll start off with flurries early on. It'll stay rather cloudy, brisk, and cold, though, with a high of 37. Clouds break tonight, still blustery, low 33. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Heather Zaire, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Amazon Business offers smart business buying solutions so you can spend more time growing your business and less time doing the admin. Learn more at amazonbusiness.com.
The 50,000-watt voice of Pittsburgh, 100.1 FM and AM 1020, KDKA.
A lot of folks, I digress back to the last hour regarding Gainey. And we've had this conversation for as long as he's been in office. I like the mayor. I've been around him a lot, actually. I sat in his office for at least 2 hours alone and talked about all this stuff going on in the city. I like him. He's very charming, very charismatic, very intelligent. What happens is all the angry white folks out there who are, in essence, racist, think he's stupid because he says Pittsburgh, P-I-K-S-B-U-R-G. And I had this discussion with him many times and on the air. Doesn't make him stupid. My father said Pittsburgh. He just did. My father was not stupid. It's kind of a Yinzer thing. And I've had this conversation with a lot of people outside this city. Because you say Pittsburgh or Yins and that, you're not stupid. You're not. It's just a colloquialisms, man. I mean, be fair about it. What happens is he's black and he says Pittsburgh, so immediately you use, oh, he's stupid. It's not true. And who am I to judge intelligence? I ain't the smartest, and I use ain't. I kind of like it. It's kind of fun. In Texas, you said down there. We just did. It didn't make people stupid. Pittsburgh says downtown. Doesn't make you stupid. It makes you local. I just don't think that we should judge Ed Gainey based on saying Pittsburgh. And by the way, what he's doing regarding immigration is not out of the ordinary. It's the playbook for Democratic mayors. It just is. They're all saying the same thing because they have to. It's the progressive movement. But I know a bunch of cops here. No, not one of them has been ordered to, in any way, shape, or form, say back off of anyone illegal. They just haven't. And regarding illegals in this town, I hear anecdotal stuff. Construction sites, restaurant jobs, your typical stuff. Some contractors, mostly landscapers. But even then, I'm telling you this, and we discussed this on the air. I know all these guys that try and hire these folks. They love them. They're here legally. They're on visas. They're in work visas. There's this crew that does our lawn in the summer. They're unbelievable how hard they work. And it's insane to watch them work 17-hour days. And the landscaper, I asked him, he said, all my white guys quit. He just tells me the truth. I know a bunch of, hold on, let me read through this. Before I'm kind of off track here for a second, but I want to read this because I think it's important. One of my boys owns 8 restaurants, ice cream shops, restaurants, everything. Beachview, his business is in Beachview. Everybody thinks illegals work. If they're here illegally and have committed no crimes and have a steady job, there should be a way to allow them to stay. Listen to this. I have immigrants, but all are legal and all are on the books. At all of his pizza shops and at his restaurant and at all of his ice cream shops. He has Afghans, Iranians, Venezuelans, Bosnians. They work their asses off. I'm just telling you. It is what it is. So this notion that Ed Gainey is stupid, it's not true. You don't like him, that's cool. He doesn't agree with Trump, that's true too. But there's this narrative that he's stupid, just like there's this narrative that Trump is the worst president in history, then he's hurting people, innocent people, with this immigration stance. Trump is hitting home runs. Trump has hit nothing but home runs. And the people who hate him can't get past the fact that they hate him. Okay. It's kind of like this. If you have a daughter or a son and they have a girlfriend or a boyfriend and they cheat on them, what happens is they come home and they cry. He's horrible, she's horrible. So you develop preconceived notions about that boyfriend or girlfriend. You can't fix that. So when they get back together, they bring them back into your house, you hate them. It's just the truth. It's our nature. You can never love them. They're always jagoffs to you. That's how people view Trump. He can do no right. However, Comey is the highest rating ever for him, ever, right now. Why? Because he's doing the right thing with immigration. He's following the law. He just is. He went to L.A. and kicked ass. He just did. And what he did with Colombia over the weekend was amazing and heavy-handed. But he's kicking ass. And I would be the last person to say that because I thought he was a huge pain in the ass. But he's hitting home runs. And so for folks saying I'm kissing his ring, if that's what it is, agreeing with him that he's doing the right thing for America right now, okay, I'm kissing the ring. But I'll tell you what, to make a difference, you have to find different folks to agree with you and to fight the fight together. Bobby, Mr. Portogallo, how are you, sir?
Hey, good morning, Marty.
You agree with me, don't you? That people hate Trump regardless of what he does. They can't handle it, can they?
No, it's. I mean, I know the left media on MSNBC and CNN, they fuel the fire. Facebook, social media, you see it all. It's just, you put. Well, I don't post much anymore, but I got friends that do, and they'll say something Trump did, and there's always lefty that says, "Oh, well, Trump's an idiot. He's a clown." Right. Get over it.
But isn't winning winning? It's just winning is winning.
Well, exactly. Here's the thing, Marty. It's about policy, not personality.
Right.
And they can't get past the personality.
But by the way, I get that. It's inflammatory and it irritates people. That's fine. I don't care. Winning's winning, brother.
Well, now they're coming out with what? The price of eggs? How come he didn't bring the price of eggs down?
He's been in office 6 friggin' days, man.
I know. A week. You said you were going to bring prices down. Hey, is there something called bird flu? I mean, maybe that has something to do with it.
But my point is, Marty, so now they're in their face because they didn't bring prices down in 3 days. Put the crack pipe down.
They got to find something. And like you said, playing those clips of Obama, who I voted for twice, by the way.
Same.
So people want to call me a righty, racist, or whatever. I voted for Obama.
Right.
But those clips are spot on. And now Trump's doing it. What's he?
He's the bad guy.
He's a bad guy. And I agree with you on these workers. Your buddy has the restaurants.
Yeah.
I see I had my roof redone, and, of course, the owner is, American.
Right.
Here comes 5 Hispanics. One day, rip the roof off, put it back up. They're great.
Oh, they kick ass.
They work their ass off.
They work their ass off. That's just amazing.
To that point, I mean, get rid of the illegals with criminal, the bad actors. But there's got to be a way to keep some of these because we need them.
Right on. You're right on every single point. Find a way, as my boy that owns 7 businesses said, find a way to keep these folks that have no background, a criminal background, that work their asses off, and let them embrace America. Get rid of the bad ones and accept the fact that Trump is winning. Embrace America's success. Don't make it so friggin' personal, right?
Right. Well, they are. But the crickets are out there, though. I mean, they're having a tough time finding stuff against Trump. But I'm sure he'll find it. Just give him some time. People
want him to fail. But if he fails, my man, America fails.
Agree, 100%.
Thanks, brother. Appreciate you, man.
Hey, Marty. Have a great day, buddy.
Why do you want to hate Trump? I get that. He's a big, massive, egotistical, egomaniacal, narcissistic pain in the ass. However, he's kicking ass right now. America's moving in the right direction. You might have to change your view or just shut up for a change. You got to hear Fetterman next. From the P.J. Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, Popeye Bowser. Ellen Gamble, what's up?
What's up is we have a lot of brake lights through a construction zone, Marty. This isn't inbound toward town. It's outbound toward Monroeville and the Pennsylvania Turnpike. If you're traveling 376 between the Churchill off-ramp for Business 22 and the Monroeville exit for 48, we have some daylight lane restrictions there as crews do highway lighting installation, and it is causing some very slow traffic, so you'll want to leave extra time there. Heads up and leave extra time around some shoulder restrictions that are kicking off this week at the junction of Interstates 79 and 376. The Parkway West. This is in Robinson and Kennedy Townships. Crews are doing drainage and channelizer removal work there. This is weekdays until about 3 p.m. today and back 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. the rest of this week and next through mid-February with AAA traffic. I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
All the news you need for your day and the sports, music, and podcasts you love are all on the free Odyssey app. Download now.
Hey, it's Marty. I go back 20 years with Phil DeVicente, one of the best lawyers in the country and one of my close friends. And, I mean, they handle unbelievable cases, fraud, criminal cases, big-time product liability and medical malpractice cases, the experts. And Phil gets it right. We have been using him on air for nearly 20 years. GetPhil.com. 800-438-7445.
Hi, I'm Ken Mears, founder of Great Healthworks, the maker of Omega XL. Folks, if you're searching for an answer to your daily aches, pains, and soreness, then try Omega XL. It's a natural product sourced from a green lip mussel. This oil extract is one of the most powerful, natural, joint relief super oils in the world. This one-of-a-kind extract is not found in any other product, and it's backed by over 40 years of clinical research, showing that Omega XL provides relief from joint pain due to inflammation. Stop living in pain. Inflammation is controllable, it's manageable, and it's fixable. Importantly, Omega XL is small, easy to swallow, with no fishy aftertaste. And it works. We've put over 20 years into this quality brand, ensuring that Omega XL makes a difference in your life. Try it, and you won't be disappointed.
Call now for Omega XL's BOGO special. 800-725-2090. That's less than $20 a bottle. Remember, there's a 60-day money-back guarantee. Terms apply. 800-725-2090. 800-725-2090. Or OmegaXL.com/news.
Carl Herman Furs store closing sale is in its final days. Save up to 80% while inventory lasts. Drastically reduced savings on furs, shearlings, leather, cashmere, and accessories. You can't afford to miss it. Carl Herman Furs, Smithfield Street.
UPMC, life-saving, life-changing information. Amazing.
Pittsburgh's 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
We spend a lot of time on politics in America, and it's important and really has value. Our greatest focus actually is to get Marty stuff and making a difference. We were at And I'm going to get to your calls and Fetterman, but I want to mention this first because it's really important. Patrick, when did we go to his house?
That was in August.
August. We went to this wonderful man's house. He served in the National Guard, was it?
Navy.
30 years. He was a wonderful man. I just loved him. Him and his wife got up every day. Listen, the music. He wrote his own obit. Really cool. He's just a cool guy, man. And I loved him. And he cared so much about America and so much about his neighbors. And he listened to us. And I just loved the guy. Anyway, he was having heart failure and really had a hard time breathing. And we put a stair lift in his house with my man, who's the best ever, Carl Delicandro. He died. He died. It's tough, man, because we sat in his house, and I was just asking Patrick. He's a wonderful guy, man. But when we were there, he had this, he had oxygen, he had a really long cord, and when he went upstairs on the new stair lift that we put in for free with my man Carl, at A+ stair lift, he kind of lost his breath just standing up, and he had heart failure. We love you, man. You served your country, did a hell of a job, and we miss you. It's hard, man, to lose someone that you had face-to-face contact with that was so American, loved this country so much, loved serving his country, and loved the process of making a difference. We were deeply moved by that day. We went to his house, and it was way outside the city, like toward Murrayville, past there. And he did his own yard, in his own grass, and he felt horrible. He couldn't do that anymore. But he could barely breathe. We miss you, man. You did a hell of a job serving your country, and we were proud to know you. All right. We're going to talk about that more later, but I want to play this Fetterman clip, and this is why I love John. He's become a regular on The View. Maybe the most annoying talk hosts, maybe the most annoying so-called experts. All they do is grieve Trump. The women on The View, they give me a rash, big time. But Trump was, my man was on there yesterday. I'm losing my mind. Fetterman was on there yesterday, and he said on their show what he said on ours. Listen, spot on, John. Listen.
I mean, honestly, I haven't been surprised by anything now. I mean, he's been doing essentially what he actually campaigned on that. Mm-hmm. He announced he is going to pardon the J6 individuals. He is going to absolutely go after the border. So there's a lot of things that he's already ran on. I mean, criticize a lot of it, mm-hmm. and I don't agree with everything either, but it's undeniable he actually ran on that and been really upfront. He's like, I am your reputation, and he's, kind of making those moves. So that's kind of where we're at. Early on, immediately after the election, I was like, hey, we have a choice. We can freak out and follow every other thing around, like a cat, with a laser, after he won. But I'm not that guy. I'm not going to be that Democrat. For me, there's things I'm going to agree with, I'm going to disagree with, but I'm in the business of finding wins for Pennsylvania and for the nation, and engaging the president. I think I see that as doing my job.
Love Fetterman.
Well said. And I want
those hosts on that show, they were flabbergasted that he would tell the truth, that he likes what Trump's doing. It's kind of where we're at today. What kind of inspired me to do this today, and why I reached out to Bobby. And I just feel like if guys hitting home runs, we got to call them as home runs. Whether you like them or not is irrelevant. It's moving the ball in America. And Fetterman's right. He's got to do what benefits. See, you might like to hear this, but John's right. We need Trump, man. Western Pennsylvania needs Trump. We just do. Think about it this way. You got Guy Rosenthal, a Republican, right? Sam DeMarco's running the office here for our new senator, right? Who's also a Republican. Just bought a $12 million house in D.C. He likes us. He's a Republican. McCormick, love him. Very charming. And Fetterman said, hey, man, I got to work with these people. I'm trying to help Western PA. So the ladies on The View, it was like Sodom and Gomorrah when they turned around and froze. They froze. They didn't know what to say. Oh. So you support Trump? Yeah, I do, when it helps Western Pennsylvania. Go ahead, Ted.
Marty.
Ted.
Marty, you there?
I'm here, Ted. I'm here for you, brother.
Hey, buddy. How are you?
Great, man.
We're still listening in Ohio. We love you every day.
Nice, man.
I hope you're doing well, and I hope the family's well.
Thank you, my man.
Hey, real quick, you mentioned your buddy got some restaurants, and he's got some folks, and you referred to them as illegal. But if they're here on work visas, they're not illegal, correct?
Right. No,
Right,
he's
right.
saying that if there are folks who are working really hard and they find out that they're illegal, all of his people are illegal. They're all on the books. I read through that from his email.
Right. Well, here's my question, because I used to own a business, and I've recently retired. But when I hired a new employee, they had to fill out an I-9 form.
Yep.
I don't know if you know what that is.
Yep.
An I-9 employment verification, and you've got to prove you are who you say you are on that form.
Right.
And if you're not a citizen, then you can't work.
Right.
So when these people, there's a lot of them out here around us. My sister mainly is the biggest one that I know. They lose their marbles over this stuff. Like you said, she hates Trump, and there's nothing he can do to make it any better. She just hates him.
She does, yeah.
And so, she's liberals over here talking about how these innocent people are being removed from these hard-working jobs that Americans.
But that's not true, though. They're getting rid of hardcore criminals and drug dealers and murderers. They really are. I mean,
isn't it ironic though that they can? I don't understand how the brain works, to be honest with you. How do you ignore the truth and the facts and then twist it to make it to something that appeases your ideology and your agenda?
I use this story all the time. It's the fat guy that still wears 32-inch waist jeans, but now he ties them down around his knees instead of around his waist. And he says, I haven't put on any weight. It's just how we roll. But tell your sister
crazy,
this.
Marty.
Obama deported 3.2 million illegals.
Oh, I did. And you know what she said?
No.
She said Obama did it legally. Trump's doing it illegally.
Well, he isn't, though.
I know. These folks are crazy, Marty.
They're crazy. But they have their opinions, and I get it. It's just, it's the couple that has a cheater. The husband or the wife is a chronic cheater, and the wife just looks the other way and accepts that. We accept certain things about certain people, but the facts are clear here that Obama was the deporter-in-chief, the king of all deportations.
With 2025, it's important to think about the possibilities that the new year brings. Larry Richard for G&G Fitness Equipment. It's new year, new home gym season. Talk to the G&G experts about improving your cardio and strength training. Check out the cardio and home gym bundles at G&G Fitness with great financing options. They have everything you need to build your home gym in 2025. Visit one of G&G Fitness Equipment's 4 Pittsburgh locations or online at ggfitness.com.
Feel like everything's clouded by doubt? Visit CaliforniaPsychics.com. Our psychics are available to talk 24/7, and we guarantee if it's not life-changing, it's free. Experience the joy of certainty. California Psychics.
I love this song! I love nachos.
Loving everything? You might be buzzed.
You know what I'd love? A ride when it's time to head out.
If you see a buzz warning sign, call for a ride when it's time to go home. Buzz driving is drunk driving. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
The following heartwarming yet informative scene is brought to you by Trust and Will.
Son, your grandpa and I used to work on this car together, and when I'm gone, I want you to have it.
Wow. Thanks, Dad.
Doesn't count. What you need is a will. Luckily, Trust and Will makes it easy. Designed by attorneys, but customized by you, you can easily create a state-specific, legally valid document that actually counts. Now, let's let the engine do the talking, am I right? Start your will at trustandwill.com. Use offer code COUNT for 10% off and make it count. Trust and Will is an online estate planning service. For details, see trustandwill.com.
Loyalty has its rewards at your neighborhood Parmar store. See for yourself. Download the Parmar Stores app today and find deals, coupons, and earn points to get free groceries. Dan Zangrilli reminding you that if there's not a Parmar store near you now, there will be soon.
From the Aetna Medicare Solutions Studio.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
36, mostly cloudy skies at 11:30. I'm Paul Rasmussen. City of Pittsburgh officials have drafted competing proposals to address a shortage of affordable housing. News Radio KDKA's Tamira Rush has the story.
Mayor Ed Gainey says his housing zoning amendment package is a pro-housing and pro-tenant solution that will remove restrictive regulations that limit the creation of new housing in the city.
We're fighting for legislation to change the way we're building housing in our city by removing outdated legislation that stands in the way of new construction and by also increasing housing in our community by expanding inclusionary zoning citywide, which will fulfill the vision laid out 8 years ago.
But Councilmember Bob Charlin opposes that plan and introduced legislation that would allow developers to opt in or out of affordable housing. The Planning Commission will vote on both proposals today at 1:30. The meeting is open to the public. Tamira Rush, News Radio, KDKA.
Norfolk Southern and East Palestine have announced a $22 million settlement following the 2023 toxic train derailment near the Ohio-Pennsylvania border. Today's joint announcement says settlement funds will be used for priorities East Palestine identifies in connection with the derailment. So far, the railroad has paid the village $13.5 million of the $22 million. The Allegheny County Health Department has ordered the Popeyes location in Wilkins Township to close following a number of health code violations. A closed sign is posted at the Popeyes location on William Penn Highway, where inspectors found a number of violations, including wastewater leaking from the ceiling onto surfaces and equipment, a clogged urinal in the men's restroom, and no running water in either restroom. On Wall Street, the Dow is up 61 points at 44,775. The Nasdaq is up 197 points. The S&P is up 23. KDKA Radio News Time, 11:32. Our next update at noon on the Voice of Pittsburgh. News Radio KDKA.
In comfort. Now, I know you're probably spelling comfort in your head and asking yourself, is that possible? Am I just a really bad speller? Look, I don't know your spelling aptitude, but Skechers most definitely put the S in comfort, because Skechers is the comfort technology company and has developed fits and features that change everything you know about comfort, like hands-free Skechers slip-ins, the ultimate in comfort and convenience. It's footwear you just step into and they're on, with no bending down. Find Skechers at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever stylish footwear is sold.
With Progressive's Name Your Price tool, you get coverage options based on how much you want to pay for car insurance. And then you decide how to spend the rest of your money, because you're in charge. Today, you're going to pay down your credit card bill. But you decide when you'll pay it. Before the due date, so those interest charges don't get you. But you decide if you pay it in full. But you definitely should, because, again, interest charges. With Progressive's Name Your Price tool, we'll help you find coverage at a fair price. And then you're in charge. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Not available in all states. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Rob Pierce is one of the go-to guys anywhere in America when it comes to anything involving damages, injuries. For instance, he's representing a significant number of folks who have been harmed by using these new miracle drugs, as they're called. Right? Ozempic. Last week I called Rob Pierce about a woman who's having a very difficult time with a trust, has a very difficult time with her family. Rob Pierce handled it. If there's a medical malpractice case, Robert Pierce and his firm handle it. They will give you a free consultation. One of the most engaged, one of the most active attorneys and law practices I've ever seen in my career. Medical malpractice, personal injury, fantastic, fantastic law firm. Robert Pierce and Associates, 412-214-7477, 412-214-7477. From the P.J. Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic Pop by Bowser. Ellen Gamble, what's up?
All right, Marty, what's up is the traffic is pretty tame. Gives us a chance to remind folks of where they'll find construction crews and some slowdowns in their way. We'll want to plan for traffic stoppages of up to 15 minutes at a time. This in South Fayette Township. It is this week, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Crews are doing some demolition of a structure near the Millers Run Road Bridge. So that's between Mohawk and Battle Ridge Roads. And as they do that demolition of the structure adjacent to the bridge, they're going to close the bridge. So a traffic stoppage could happen for for you of up to 15 minutes at a time, multiple times during those hours, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. this week. Just a heads up for the delays there. Delays on the outbound Parkway East right now between Business 22 and the Monroeville Route 48 exits. Pretty heavy right now, past a lane restriction as crews are doing some work there. With AAA traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred roofing replacement contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Flurries around through midday. Otherwise, it'll be rather cloudy, brisk, and cold this afternoon with a high of 37. Remaining blustery tonight with clouds breaking, low 33. I'm AccuWeather meteorologist Heather Zayer, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Paul Alexander here, and if you're 4 weeks into the new year and haven't lost 20 pounds like I did in my first 4 weeks, change it up with a solution for weight loss. Fast, simple, and sustainable, all without medication. Online at Awaken180weightloss.com.
The KDKA radio text line is driven by Kenny Ross Auto Group. Find your best deal and Pittsburgh's best warranty at KennyRoss.com.
All right, Tuesday, we push along through the immigration talk. We'll probably keep that up and do a lot more. 2 to 6, right here, Colin Dunlap, KDK.
This is what's so bizarre about the world we live in. So I posted this story. Did you see this Indiana man who was released by Trump? Pardoned by Trump. One of the January 6 people. You see he was killed. Shot and killed. He had a gun on him in Indiana. This is going to happen. I mean, some of these guys are bad guys. Trump made a mistake there. He should not have let these felons out. Just no way. Especially the people that beat up cops, man. That's just... But what's bizarre about the world we live in, so Donna says, so literally all I did was post the article. Indiana man pardoned by Trump after his January 6th conviction was shot dead by deputies. This is yesterday. Donna says, well, Marty, you should be proud of yourself. You single-handedly keeping hate and divisiveness going. Huh? So somehow, because I post a factual article about a guy killed who was released by Trump, one of the same January 6 people said it's my fault. That's what's weird about you folks. The truth is people cannot handle the success Trump's had. They cannot manage it. And what I would say is he's hitting home runs. Is he going to make mistakes? I do. None of us are infallible. I make mistakes every day. But I work my ass off in the process, and we do have major victories. We create massive change. We raise millions of dollars and help thousands of people. I'll take that. But you folks can't handle Trump having success, and I can't wrap my arms around that. Go ahead, Jeff.
Good morning, Marty. What we have to understand is the bottom 20-25% of each party, facts mean nothing to them.
Excellent.
Or anything.
Excellent.
I mean,
excellent.
They're just so blinded.
Excellent point.
And I mean, if you had this conversation about Obama today beating Trump and immigrants being imported, you would have a ton of bottom Republicans denying that too.
By the way, that's the truth. I mean, they say I was a liar. The numbers are fake.
Right. They say the numbers are fake, everything like that. It's just the bottom 20% are just no facts, and they don't care about facts. They care about what they want to push only.
But my point is, this is how they live their lives, everything they do.
Probably.
Unfortunately,
probably they do.
Probably. It's the call of the day. I love his success. If you don't like that I love his success, I don't really care. Because when Trump succeeds, I succeed, you succeed, America succeeds. It's kind of the way it works, man. I love the fact that he's hitting home runs. I like the fact he's being a badass. I love what he said in Los Angeles. I just do. I love what he did with Colombia. I like what he's doing with the immigrants. I just do. I like that he froze federal funds today in order to review the waste of money. I do. It's what he said he would do, man. It's what Fetterman said. The guy did what he said he would do. Wow, a man of his word. Elections have consequences. My brother, one of my closest friends, Norm Candelor, insanely successful businessman, a advocate for Trump for a long time and has never backed off that. But why can't people accept his success, Norm? Why?
Well, quite honestly, I don't know if they can't accept it or not. They don't want to. They're brought up a certain way. I mean, there definitely is a driven factor that the D and the R, for whatever reason, makes you do whatever you're supposed to do or think you're supposed to do. I don't really think that's an issue. I think right now where Trump's going to have success is the fact that he's in there for 4 years. There's no re-election coming up. You don't have to make all these. You don't have to please everybody. He has to do what's right. He has to do what's right, and if it means it's time to stop all the BS and get things fixed, it's time to do it. And yes, some people are going to probably not like it, and that's just the way it is. But the bottom line, though, is Marty. He's getting things done. And, I mean, you keep on mentioning this Columbia thing. That's a big deal. That's a big deal to throw back in somebody's face and say, get your own there.
Norm, I loved it. I loved how fast he did it, too. It was cool.
Yeah, and I mean, you know what? You want to mess around, let's mess around. You know, like bring it, don't sing it kind of thing. And he's just a different person. You know, I'm a big fan of Trump. I always have been because of the business side of it. I don't know all the political side of it. I know the business side of it. This economy needs fixed. Okay, it costs me $100 a day for eggs from my restaurant. It's got to get fixed. People cannot. I don't care how wealthy you are or how poor you are. Nobody can survive under this economy the way it sits right now.
Hold on, Norm. Hold on. So if you bought eggs for $100 today, what would they have cost a year ago?
Maybe, oh, maybe not a year ago. Maybe a year ago, $65. A year before that, maybe $45.
Oh wow. Is it all bird flu stuff, Norm? Is it all bird flu?
Well, I don't know. I mean, everything has a story to it, Marty. You know how it goes.
Right.
Everything's got a story to it. Not anything that's good's got to be something bad. Anything that's bad got to be something good. So everything's got a story to it. All I'm saying is the pace that Trump's working, if he's going to do this for the next 4 years, America's going to have a chance to get fixed.
I agree.
And that's what everybody. And can I tell you something else? The folks that don't like Trump and the folks that are voting against Trump or whatever, everybody's going to benefit by what he's doing. So get used to it. Even the ones that don't like him, they're going to benefit. And that's really the whole key about being a president of the United States for everybody. I just think it's going to work. I just think it's going to. I know you are, and I appreciate that. I know you are.
Thanks, brother. I love Norm. He actually is a brilliant businessman. One of my closest friends. We've been friends for, I don't know, man, 20 years. I just love him. He's so damn authentic. We've had fights, actually, over Trump, quite frankly. But he's right. And, folks, for you going after me because I'm supporting Trump on this stuff, go away. Shoo fly. Hey, man, I chase the truth and the facts are clear. Go ahead, Dan.
Hey, Marty. So, unfortunately, you're like a one-man band. You know, so much of the other media are still hating Trump, and they
Hold on. Let me address this because it's actually fascinating because I watch CNN a lot, and I know Patrick does too. He watches all the networks. They can't handle this. They don't know what to do with the Trump success. I mean, he has them stuttering. They just can't manage not going hard after him because you're right, by the way. You're right.
And it's not fair to the American public. I mean, they are easy prey, especially if they don't agree with Trump. And to have the media not tell the actual facts as to what and why he is doing what he's doing, and like you said, and what Obama did with the deportation, how can you lay your head down at night knowing that you're a so-called reporter or an important person that the media trust or the public trust, and you're not being truthful?
I don't know, man. We've lost a lot of our edge.
You're doing a good job, so I respect that.
I know, but we've lost a lot of our edge. I wish I could argue with you, but for 8,000 reasons, there's very few reporters left. Thousands of newspapers have shut down. The networks are cutting staff. So you lose a lot of the expertise, and you end up with amateurs, and amateurs suck, Dan. It's just the truth.
And then we end up with division, and we don't need that.
No, you're right. It's a great phone call, and I agree with you, and I can't argue. It's bad. Our business. I don't remember this growing up. You just watched the news and you believed all the news. Now you pick your newscast based on whether you're liberal or conservative, or and it doesn't work. It's not healthy at all. Go ahead, Gene.
Yes, I was calling. If you could explain to me why they want to take the airmen from the Tuskegee Institute and all the things that they did for World War II. They're erasing it, and they want to erase it all out. They want to erase all the black history.
Huh? Gene, I'm not arguing with you about that stuff today. I don't know what you're talking about. I haven't read anything about erasing black history. Send it to me. If you see it somewhere, you find that to be true, get Marty at KDKRadio.com. I did. I cut her off because I'm not wasting my time or hers on. I have heard nothing about erasing the amazing history of the African-American soldiers in the Tuskegee Institute and all that stuff. So get Marty at KDKRadio.com, okay? All right, Gene. I have no idea, ma'am, where that's coming from. With all due respect. From the P.J. Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic powered by Bowser. Ellen Gamble, what's up?
All right, Marty, what's up is we have some fluctuating traffic now on the Parkway East inbound. Last report, it was smooth sailing through those Squirrel Hill tunnels. It still is for the most part, but now you have a little collection of brake lights as you try to make your way toward downtown, maybe for a noontime appointment. You have some company slowing between Edgewood, Swissvale, and those inbound Squirrel Hill tunnels. The outbound ride on the Parkway East has been a bit of a problem all morning long and will continue to be so until about 3 p.m. today. Crews are doing some highway lighting installation along the Parkway East. This is between the Business 22 Monroeville off-ramp and the off-ramp for Monroeville at Route 48. So crews can be working out there till 3 p.m. with a lane restriction until 5 p.m. with a shoulder restriction. And right now you're finding very heavy traffic through that area. Parkway West inbound coming from the airport area in the western suburbs, just a minor delay before the Fort Pitt tunnels. The outbound ride is great. With AAA traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Did you know that now you can listen to all your favorite stations, including this one, shows and even podcasts, all on the Odyssey app? Download it now.
Man, I've been through a cancer battle, and UPMC saved my life, and it's just the truth, and I rave about them. In a very, very difficult time historically in healthcare, in a very, very stressful time for patients, doctors, staff, everybody involved, it ain't easy. But my sister is going through pancreatic cancer treatment at UPMC Hillman. And every single day runs into very, very stressful situations. And every single day they handle it in an amazing way at UPMC. They handle it like no one else handles it. UPMC, life-changing, life-saving information, lifetime of helping people. I love it.
Window Nation customers have been singing our praises for years. With fast, local service and an industry-leading 96% customer satisfaction rating, it's no wonder.
I researched window companies for the last year to see what the average prices were and the quality of work. Window Nation nailed both.
Get 50% off all windows plus no interest or payments for 2 years. Hurry, this offer ends soon. Schedule a free estimate now. Call 866-90-NATION or visit windownation.com. That's 866-90-NATION.
In the dynamic world of programmatic ad buying, Viant is your ultimate CTV partner. Target with precision. Buy with confidence. Viant empowers you with AI-driven technology that reaches your audience where they engage most, ensuring your message hits home. And the campaign results? Transparent, thanks to Viant's advanced measurement suite. For media buyers who demand the best, Viant delivers. Viant, elevate your CTV campaign performance.
At David's Bridal, love is in every stitch. From the initial sketch to the final details, each style is designed with exquisite craftsmanship. Every wedding gown, bridesmaid look, prom dress, and special occasion style in between features handcrafted details filled with love. Come see the magic in person. Book an appointment and sign up for Diamond Loyalty to save 15% on your first purchase. Earn points towards special rewards and more at davidsbridal.com.
Amazon Business offers smart business buying solutions so you can spend more time growing your business and less time doing the admin. Learn more at amazonbusiness.com.
It's the KDKA Radio High School Basketball Game of the Week, powered by Bowser Chevrolet. Every Friday at 6, we bring you the best players, the best sounds of the game, and the best matchups in the WPIAL. This week, Central Valley visits Avonworth, presented by Coons Quality Foods, the official store of high school basketball. Allegheny Health Network Sports Medicine, official sports medicine of high school basketball. Tobacco-free Adagio Health. And brought to you by Parmar Stores. If there isn't a Parmar store near you, there will be soon. Only on 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Taxes was not knowing your full financial picture. Now Taxes is getting and maximizing your refund all in one place. Credit Karma, where a TurboTax expert can do your taxes for you. They'll get you the most money back, guaranteed. Then you can do more with all that money, all in Credit Karma. Now this is Taxes. Intuit Credit Karma with TurboTax. Get started today. See guarantee details at turbotax.com/guarantees. Experts only available with TurboTax Live.
And now for a business news update from the Pittsburgh Business Times. I'm managing editor Mike Larson. A big Pittsburgh-based technology company is getting deeper into artificial intelligence, announcing a partnership with British-based company to integrate AI into its hospital and health system-focused operations platform. Teletracking Technologies this morning announced a 5-year strategic partnership with Faculty, an AI leader in Europe that's based in London. Financial terms were not disclosed. Also, Huntington National Bank has closed a branch north of Pittsburgh and will soon shutter one downtown Pittsburgh. The latter is a rarity for the financial institution, which has been steadily building its brick-and-mortar presence inside the city with 10 new branches in the last 7 years. But this is a unique situation. The branch is located at the Grant Building, where the bank's regional headquarters has been based since 2011. Huntington this spring is moving its Pittsburgh corporate offices to the Vision in the Strip District, so closing the Grant Building branch is not that surprising. Earlier in January, Newcastle. The receiving branch is just around the corner at 11 South Mill Street, only about 500 feet away. For more on these stories and other local business news, log on to pittsburghbusinesstimes.com. I'm Mike Larson.
Hear about it, then talk about it. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Dude, that music, dude. I like home runs. I like the way Americans feel for the most part. Look, I'm not expecting you to all cheer Trump on, but there's things that he's doing that are creating momentum that's actually pretty cool. And I had to call BS on this immigration frenzy. ICE is coming to get you. ICE is taking innocent children and throwing them in the river across the border. It's not happening. If anyone was heavy-handed, it was Obama. He deported 3.2 million. He did. George W. under 2 million. Clinton under 1 million. Trump in his last term under 1 million. They called Obama the deporter-in-chief, but people don't want to say Trump's doing the right thing about anything. I'm trying to find out. My cousin, Ricky, who's my man, he has a massive farm outside of Atlanta, and they sell eggs. I'm trying to find out how much they get for a dozen eggs. It's not that hard to do the math. What do eggs cost now? I don't pay attention in the store. I apologize. I'm kind of curious. Wow. Patrick, do a quick search. What's the average price of a dozen eggs? And I'm going to tell you what my cousin gets, who sells them to distributors.
I'm looking right now. The last I saw a couple days ago was like $5-6 a dozen now.
A dozen?
Mm-hmm.
So my cousin has like 1 million chickens. It's crazy how many chickens he has. Outside of Atlanta, gorgeous farm and his family. It's wonderful. My cousin gets 9 cents a dozen on white eggs, 14 cents a dozen on brown. That's insane. What the hell? I got to get him on air. How the hell's that happen, Patrick?
Yeah, the math on that doesn't make sense, does it?
Oh, man, I got to get him on air. That's amazing. Wow.
And that's current with the bird flu.
Yeah, in fact, he sent that. It's funny you should say that. With the bird flu. Wow. Ken Baker says they're about $6 a dozen, what Patrick just said. That's amazing. So they're intentionally jacking up the price based on what my cousin is one of the biggest sellers in that area. Huh. I'm going to get him on here.
Remember when meat prices went up during the mad cow scare?
You know what, you're right. My man Matt, 15 dozen eggs for a restaurant over $100. They used to be a high of $20. Wow. Diane, go ahead. In Napa, California, beautiful area.
Yeah, it is beautiful today. I was listening, and really it sounds like you're a coward.
No, I'm a coward.
Because, yeah, you are. You're afraid. You're afraid of Trump. You're just like Joe and Mika. You're going to kiss the ring.
Who?
Yeah. Yeah, you and I remember the time you took Sarah Palin out to dinner. You thought that was so great.
I did.
And she's the one that started this bullshit.
Whoa. Wow. She's getting high out. She's getting high out there in Cali. Wow. That woman's angry. She's calling from Napa Valley. Must be drinking the product or something.
Missed that dinner with Sarah Palin.
Yeah, I don't remember that. I'm a cop. Wow. Oh, that is just. Oh, that is just freaking beautiful.
And I think she missed the last hour where we've been talking about the successes of Trump.
My boy Ken, the world's greatest, HVAC guy, was in New York City, Patrick. $12 a dozen for eggs. $12. My cousin's an egg farmer who's also a pilot. He gets 9 cents a dozen on white eggs, 14 cents on brown. Wow! We got to get him on the air. Hold on, I got to get Joe. Go ahead, Joe.
Hey, Marty, how you doing?
Big man, what's up?
Good. Hey, the president's definitely hit some home runs, Marty. No doubt about it. He's doing the best he can with the immigration.
He is.
Definitely an issue. But there's also some unintended consequences that he hasn't thought through. I know he said he didn't know anything about Project 2025, but, their playbook is to strip a lot of the programs for low-income individuals. And I'm a CFO for a nonprofit in Washington, PA.
Right.
And we're not quite clear, but from the lobbyists that there's an organization that you can put with unrestricted funds to have a lobbyist.
Right,
and they're quoting today that our community action programs, including CSBG and Head Start, will likely be impacted.
Yeah, but they haven't been yet, and it's being reviewed. And I appreciate your call, and I love your input. We ran out of time, buddy. We ran right to the top of the hour. Sir, they have not done anything yet. They're reviewing all federal contracts and all the financing. I think it's a great idea. It's called accounting practices.
Honored to win the Marconi Award as the best news talk station in the country. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
The Village at St. Barnabas, the perfect place for mom.
Are you ready to take your business to the next level? Meet Viant AI, the world's first fully autonomous advertising platform. With Viant AI, you can automate media planning, analyze results, and drive smarter decisions, all while saving you time and resources. Viant AI helps you unlock new potential and boost productivity regardless of your expertise. Visit Viant.ai today and see how the future of artificial intelligence in advertising can work for you.
Everywhere you look, things are getting more expensive. So at Consumer Cellular, we're lowering the price for those 50 and up. Now you can get unlimited talk, text, and data for $30 a line when you buy 2. That's just $60 a month for 2 unlimited lines. So if you're 50 and up, make the switch and save. Come on, you've earned this. Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com today. Requires 2 lines of service, age validation, and credit approval, subject to system and area limits, taxes, and other fees apply.
SchultzFord.com. 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 SchultzFord.com.
KDKA and KDKA FM HD2 Pittsburgh. W261AX Pittsburgh.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. from the Aetna Medicare Solutions Studio.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
35 with mostly cloudy skies. Winds from the west at 14, gusts of 22, and the real feel is 26 at 12 o'clock. I'm Paul Rasmussen. Two separate housing proposals are up for debate today before the city's planning commission. KDKA's Tamira Rush has the story.
Mayor Ed Gainey's inclusionary zoning proposal would require any developer building a unit with 20 or more apartments to make at least 10% of those affordable. Gainey says,
all of this work built towards our work to launch the city's first ever comprehensive plan in over 200 years, Pittsburgh 2050, to establish a community-driven vision for the next quarter century of our city.
Councilmember Bob Charlin, who opposes the bill, says his proposal would raise the affordability ceiling to 120% of the area median income. Both versions face a mix of criticism and support. A meeting on the proposals is scheduled for later today. Tamira Rush, News Radio, KDKA.
President Trump has temporarily paused nearly all federal financial assistance. With details on that story, CBS's Stacey Lynn at the White House.
The news came in an internal White House memo.
It was a short memo with broad implications.
Business analyst Jill Schlesinger.
The administration directed federal agencies to temporarily pause the funding of billions of dollars of assistance programs until at least mid-February.
As to who's exempt,
Medicare, Social Security benefits, and assistance provided directly to individuals.
It goes into effect at 5 p.m. Eastern Time this afternoon. Stacey Lynn, CBS News, the White House.
Traffic changes are coming in McCandless after a woman and her dog were killed last month. McCandless Council unanimously approved an ordinance to allow all-way stops at Highland Road and Harmony Drive. Public Works will also add new pavement markings and a high-friction surface. Neighbor Robin Colby told KDKA TV, it's unfortunate the tragedy is the reason for the changes.
Even just crossing the road there, walking, was always a very nerve-wracking thing because cars come around a bend from each direction.
County officials think adding the stop signs will make the intersection safer in general. The TSA says it confiscated a gun this weekend from an airport contractor at Pittsburgh International. Now his credentials have been revoked. He can no longer work at the airport. Officials say the 9mm gun was loaded with 12 bullets, including one in the chamber. It's the third gun recovered so far this year at the airport. Fenway Sports Group is considering the sale of a minority stake in the Penguins. ESPN reports it's unclear how much of the franchise the owners are looking to sell. If Fenway Sports Group finds a buyer for a minority stake in the Pens, the NHL's Board of Governors would need to approve the transaction. FSG purchased controlling interest of the Penguins in 2021 for $900 million. On Wall Street, the Dow is up 76 points at 44,790. The NASDAQ is up 279 points, and the S&P is up 36. KDKA Sports, Pitt resumes ACC play tonight. They're hosting North Carolina. The news is brought to you by P.J. Fitzpatrick. For your home's windows, siding, doors, and bath, trust PJ.com. KDKA Radio News Time, 12:03. Time to call Coit at 1-800-FOR-COIT and save an incredible 50% off all Coit cleaning services during their slowest month of the year sale. 35 and mostly cloudy in Pittsburgh now. The AccuWeather forecast is next.
Putting on the uniform after being sidelined? What a feeling. You've spent hours icing, stretching, rehabbing, and now AHN Sports Medicine has you back on the field. Your injury is a distant memory, your speed back in full force, and your ball skills have never looked so good. You're back at your best. Maybe better than your best. Go next level at ahn.org/sportsmed.
Hey, this is Lisa from Nest Expressions Window Fashions. As we all expected, Nest Expressions has grown out of its old gallery in less than 3 years, and I have built Pittsburgh's one and only state-of-the-art Hunter Douglas Galleries. 2015 Village Run Road is where you'll exclusively find the newest shades, shutters, and blinds from Hunter Douglas. And don't forget, I have the most passion in Pittsburgh for draperies. So call 724-933-5500 or simply nestexpressions.com.
Honey, I found the perfect place for my parents.
and us.
Where?
St. Barnabas. For us, the Woodlands Carriage Home Community. And for my parents, condominium-style living at the Village. My folks will love the Village. There's an indoor mall with shops, restaurants, and more. And we can relax, knowing they're safe and secure.
That's what I plan to do when we move to St. Barnabas. Relax.
Call 724-444-5568 or visit stbarnabascommunities.com.
When the power goes out, your life is disrupted. Heat, air conditioning, refrigeration, phones, all gone. Be prepared for the next outage with a Generac home standby generator. After sensing a power outage, a Generac generator automatically restores your home's power, whether you're home or away. Power your life with a Generac home standby generator.
Generator Supercenter of Pittsburgh clients have electricity. Visit Generator Supercenter of Pittsburgh, 1519 West Liberty Avenue. Call 412-947-4472.
Taxes was not knowing your full financial picture. Now Taxes is getting and maximizing your refund all in one place. Credit Karma, where a TurboTax expert can do your taxes for you. They'll get you the most money back, guaranteed. Then you can do more with all that money, all in Credit Karma. Now this is Taxes. Intuit Credit Karma with TurboTax. Get started today. See guarantee details at turbotax.com/guarantees. Experts only available with TurboTax Live.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Flurries around through midday. Otherwise, it'll be rather cloudy, brisk, and cold this afternoon with a high of 37. Remaining blustery tonight with clouds breaking, low 33. I'm AccuWeather meteorologist Heather Zayer, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Loyalty has its rewards at your neighborhood Par-Mar store. See for yourself. Download the Par-Mar Stores app today and find deals, coupons, and earn points to get free groceries. Dan Zangrili reminding you that if there's not a Par-Mar store near you now, there will be soon.
The voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Toward the end of the season, George Pickens, the pain-in-the-ass Pittsburgh Steeler, he did this amazing catch, and then he made this stupid gesture like he was shooting into the stands. And they took away the catch, and they penalized the Steelers. And then there's stories, and we're going through this, Patrick, all over. College coaches nationwide, including the Big Ten and the SEC, have been warned. Gun-related celebrations have been a growing trend. It's important we address this. And, Patrick, you found a significant number of incidents in the NCAA and in the NBA, haven't you, sir?
NBA players. So, basketball, football.
Yep.
Even a West Virginia wrestler in one of his matches. It's all over, every sport.
It's called simulating brandishing a weapon. And at the end of the day, they've had enough. And they don't want players, in essence, saying, hey, this is cool, shooting a gun. Even if it's a simulation. Gun-related celebrations, South Carolina, Ole Miss. Wow. All over the country, and the coaches are going nuts about this. Fantastic piece by the best high school sports reporter I've ever seen in my life, ever. Mike White. Good morning, my man. How are you?
You.
So, this trend nationwide to crack down on professional athletes and college athletes who are also becoming professional now is spilling over into the high school ranks, isn't it?
Yeah, you know, the story is, and I just did today, the PIAA came out with a edict to send to their officials across the state who passed it along to schools, coaches, that any simulation of a weapon, which you just talked about, for example, you know, you see a lot of nowadays, a player like in college, NBA, he'll make a three-pointer and he'll pretend like he's shooting a bow and arrow.
Yep.
That, and also pretending any kind of gun simulation, like you make a three and go to your head with a gun or anything like that, will result in a technical foul immediately, which is 2 foul shots. The other team gets the ball out of bounds. But they also put in, this goes under their taunting rule in the PIAA and National Federation, Marty. that if you point that arrow or shoot that gun at an opponent or an opposing player, you get ejected immediately.
Whoa.
But, yeah, so it's not just a technical, it's a flagrant technical, which means you're ejected immediately, which also means under PIAA rules in National Federation, you are automatically ineligible for the next game.
Whoa.
Now, my opinion on it, I think it's good. I think it's really good. I mean, if the NFL and other teams are capping down on this, other organizations, but I don't like the gray area. I mean, why didn't they just make it, when I say gray area, there's a thing where if you do it, you get a technical, but if you do it in the face or right at somebody, you're going to be thrown out. So basically, you're letting it up to the officials. They have to make a judgment call. But honestly, Marty, I don't think it will be that big of a deal. I just think that, now that the kids know it, coaches know it.
I don't know. The NFL players know it and they do it. The NBA players know it and they do it. The college players know it and they do it because they're idiots.
I was going to say because they're knuckleheads.
Hey, here's the other thing, Mike. They don't have the advantage of slow motion, any replay, nothing. So it's going to have to be a quick decision by a ref, right?
Exactly. And I don't think, how I found out about this, Marty, is I coached ninth grade at North Hills, and 2 weeks ago before the, they have a meeting with the captains, and they said to each of us coaches at ninth grade, we were playing right in Pine Ridgeland, that this rule just came out and that you can't do it. And I was like, Wow. And I said to the officials, thank you guys. You just gave me a story. So I got a story from coaching. But anyway, but the impetus was there was an official's interpreter in Pittsburgh that sent this out to himself. And whoa. The PIAA stepped in and said, no, these rules have to come from us. So they kind of, at the board of directors meeting last week, kind of went over the rule and established something themselves. So it comes directly from the PIAA. But, the other thing is they said this in basketball, but, is it going to be why not put it in football?
Why not football? Yeah. Wrestling, those wrestlers.
So maybe that will be down the line.
So have you ever seen anything like this in a high school basketball game, you personally?
You mean shooting the arrow?
Yeah.
Oh, definitely.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, without a doubt.
Shooting the
arrow. And sometimes a kid will make a three-pointer and it's two things. They'll put two fingers in their thumb, like to their forehead, as like a three. But sometimes, they might. I've seen kids over the years. They make a three-pointer and they put the guns like in their holster.
Yeah.
On the side. So yeah, I've seen it definitely in high school.
And so, ostensibly, you could get your star kicked out based on a quick decision by a ref. You could get him kicked out fast.
Well, he could get himself kicked out.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does it himself.
But if they've been doing this for a while, it's kind of a reflex action, like a fart for these kids. You know what I'm saying, Mike? I'm just saying, boys will be boys. Boys will be boys, brother.
That's kind of a different subject.
It is, sir.
Farting.
Little levity, brother. But it could be a game changer, literally, sir. A game changer.
I just don't think you're going to see a lot of it. But I will say probably there will be a few kids here and there that will lose their head and do it. Wow. It'll be interesting to see how much it really happens.
And hold on, Mike White. This is a great piece, by the way, he has in the PG today. So define the technical versus you get kicked out. Define that for us again.
A technical foul, Marty, is something that you get for language, throwing the ball down, slamming it on the court, doing something, hitting another kid, well, if you hit another kid, you're going to get thrown out.
Right.
A bad language toward an official, maybe, or just inappropriate sportsmanship behavior, taunting. And a technical foul is 2 shots for the other team, and they also get the ball out of bounds. Now, a flagrant technical is different. That is, you are automatically ejected from the game. And when you are automatically ejected from a game in Pennsylvania, you are automatically ineligible for the next. If you use bad language toward an official or another coach, it is up to the officials. They can tack on a report to the PIAA, and you are given a supplemental suspension, which is 2 games.
Whoa. So with this simulated shooting, what gets you kicked out of the game? What gesture gets you thrown out and suspended for the next game?
If you do that simulation of a gun or a weapon or a bow and arrow, and you do it, this is where that gray area is. And you do it right at a person, right at a team, right at an opponent or a coach.
Wow.
But it says in the rule, but if you do it just like into the open air, that's only a technical.
Oh, my.
So,
with no replay, no video replay, nothing.
Right. Well, all games are filmed. Well, every game is filmed.
Yeah, but they're not going to review that live.
No, they can't. You can't go to the film right away, but you can later on. Maybe if you get a flagrant technical and you really didn't do it toward another opponent, you can get that film. Maybe send it to the PIAA for your case.
It's actually fascinating, Mike. This could have an impact. All in all, big picture, they're trying to control this whole culture of violence that's portrayed in some sports, right?
Yeah, like the PIAA director said, Bob Lombardi, and I quoted him in his story, it just doesn't look good. I don't care what level you're at.
It's true.
I mean, it looks horrible. And the new thing I see with pros now, they don't make the gun signal, but they pull up their shirt after they do something, as if saying, "Hey, I'm packing."
How about the slitting of the throat? Is that a technical? The slitting of the throat.
That is in professional sports.
Yeah.
That is outlawed. Yeah.
In high school too, though.
Well, it doesn't say in the rules of slitting of the throat.
Wow.
But I that would be unsportsmanlike and considered maybe taunting. So, but it doesn't say a slitting of the throat is a flagrant technical.
Wow.
So,
Mike White, you're the man. Thanks, brother. It's fascinating.
All right, Marty. Thanks for having me.
The best ever. It's an amazing discussion what's happening in sports.
Stop it.
All the news you need for your day and the sports, music, and podcasts you love are all on the free Odyssey app. Download now.
You ever try fixing your car and realize you're missing that one part? Yeah, been there. That's why eBay's my go-to. They've got millions of parts, guaranteed to fit. I'm talking brake pads for when yours have seen one too many miles of stop and go. Oil filters, because you don't mess around with your engine care. Even got this cold air intake on my watch list. I might just go for it. To keep the ride cool and your DIY streak hot. Find all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. eBay. Things. People. Love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Millions of Americans take medicine like Ozempic and Zepbound. Many of them are overpaying by thousands of dollars a year. These GLP-1 medications for diabetes, weight loss, and more may not always be covered by your insurance, but GoodRx can help. GoodRx helps you save every month on prescriptions at over 70,000 pharmacies nationwide. Best of all, it's free to use. Check GoodRx to save on GLP-1s. Just go to GoodRx.com/GLP. That's GoodRx.com/GLP. GoodRx is not insurance, but can be used instead of insurance, including Medicare and other federal and state-funded programs.
You know what I love? The punchki. Oakmont Bakery's punchkis. Delicious. Strawberry cream, cherry, raspberry, blueberry, Pittsburgh cream, Oakmont cream, lemon, maple bacon, cookies and cream, apple cinnamon, peanut butter. The punchki rocks. You've got to try the punchki at Oakmont Bakery. Handmade, homemade, unbelievable treat at Oakmont Bakery right now. You know what I say about punchki? They're delicious. Oakmont Bakery rocks.
If you are new to Medicare and have questions, Aetna can help. Aetna has a Medicare Advantage plan that includes prescription drug coverage with a $0 monthly plan premium. Plus, the plan includes benefits like dental, vision, and hearing. Call Aetna today at 1-833-771-3415 to learn more. A licensed agent will answer your call.
Aetna Medicare is an HMO PPO plan with a Medicare contract. Our DSMPs also have contracts with state Medicaid programs. Enrollment in our plans depends on contract renewal. Plan features and availability may vary by service area.
Every time I go into the offices of Physical, that's F-Y-Z-I-C-A-L, in Monroeville, where I get physical therapy, to help my balance, I see a room full of patients waiting that heard how much it's helped me on this talk show. And it's so rewarding. F-Y-Z-I-C-A-L, 412-457-8200, right behind the Monroeville Mall. Look, I had chemo and radiation, jacked up my balance. It doesn't anymore. Physical, F-Y-Z-I-C-A-L. It works.
It's 2025, and it's time to get your home zero-resified by calling your cleaning heroes at Zero Res. Take 24% off all services for this month when you call 412-701-1188 or book online anytime at ZeroResPGH.com.
Imagine all the things you dream of under one roof. You're thinking of eBay. Fashion, collectibles, car parts, it's all there. Go find the thing that keeps you up at night. eBay, things people love.
CBS Eye on Veterans, presented by American Military University. Though drinking changed the direction of former Navy Captain Jay Wiley's career, he's recovered and has now dedicated his professional life to helping his fellow vets conquer their addictions through his nonprofit organization, Confidential Recovery.
And now we are part of the VA's Community Care Network. We work very closely with the VA's Drug and Alcohol Treatment Program, and we see anywhere between 40 and 60 veterans a week. Focus a lot on mindfulness, introduction to 12 steps, introduction to smart recovery. We try and meet people where they're at and support their recovery goals.
For more on ways to find freedom from addiction, check out confidentialrecovery.com.
CBS Eye on Veterans is presented by American Military University. Veterans and their families receive 10% off undergraduate and master's level programs at American Military University, where your service is honored with savings.
Everything you need, every time you listen. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
I know this is a problem, but I see it. Patrick found a video. Wow. This ignorant, arrogant WVU wrestler, I don't know, did he pin a kid? Who cares? He literally stands over him and does this simulated action of shooting him twice in the face. I would disqualify him. I think that's ignorant. I just do. I saw George Pickens do it, the Steelers, pretending like he didn't do it, but he did. He pretended like he was shooting into the crowd. What it does is it promotes this whole culture of violence that we live in, and it glorifies it. I just scored on you, so I'm going to shoot you in the face kind of thing. I love the rule. One of my boys sent me a text, and I'm going to grab Chief Downey here in a second. He coaches sixth grade girls. I've seen girls that age do it as taunting. Sixth grade girls. Come on, man. We've lost our minds. I tell you right now, my kid's not doing that stuff. I will take away everything of theirs that has value. We are not rolling that way. Chief Downey, Bob Downey, good afternoon, sir. How are you?
Good, Marty. How are you?
Good, my brother. So you've seen this in baseball.
Yeah, I coached, Coal League, Legion, high school baseball for a long time. And, I've seen it 15 years ago where a pitcher strikes out a batter and mimics shooting a guy, not at the batter, but they shoot it, and then they like to blow out the barrel like they just, got rid of somebody.
In our mass shooting culture, in our mass violence culture, probably not a good thing, is it?
No, not anymore. It's,
Right.
30 years ago it was acceptable, but today we have, especially school shootings. You have all these school shootings, and then kids are going to simulate that. And if coaches and administrators won't rectify it, then you're going to have some issues.
Right on.
It becomes a permissible society, so we have to eliminate that.
Even though when we growing up, my father, when he was on the ROTC rifle team, they brought their gun to school, brought it into school, and put it in their locker. But the world's changed, brother. It's changed, right?
Yeah. Yeah, we had a rifle team, and they would go down underneath the gym and shoot into targets in the school.
Right on.
And you would see kids that would go hunting. They lived in the suburbs. They'd go hunting after school. They'd have their rifles and guns in their cars.
Boom. It's 100% true. But the game's changed, and we got to adapt.
Yeah. I've always, and I coached 8th grade basketball for 25 years. I coached baseball for 30 years.
Nice.
I always told my kids, I says, hey, act like you've been there before.
Nice.
I says, there's going to be times that you're going to beat a team pretty bad. Don't gloat, because there's going to be times when you're going to get smacked. Don't gloat, and it's going to be ugly when they gloat on you.
And now if you simulate a shooting, kicked out of that game in the following game. Damn.
Yeah, the PIA adopted these rules about if you get a technical tossed out of a game for an unsportsmanlike conduct rule, that they added the second penalty, and that's a deterrence, and I believe it's a good deterrence.
I love it. You know who's a class act? Saquon Bartley, man. That dude.
Oh, yeah,
that dude was raised right.
Unbelievable.
Man.
Yes, he was.
Chief, I love you, man. Thanks, brother.
Hey, no problem. Take care.
So, coach for 30 years. Brother Ken, how are you, man?
Good. How you doing, buddy?
You've seen 6th grade girls taunting.
I've seen younger than that.
What?
We just did it. Yeah, we just had a tournament in Indiana over the weekend, and there was 4th grade boys doing it.
No.
Yeah. And luckily, I mean, the referees are, trying to their best, giving them warnings and everything. And I mean, but that's our society. It's crazy that 4th graders are trying to, act tough like this.
Hold on. So 4th grade boys, brother, were simulating a shooting.
Yes.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, blows my mind. I mean, I would go, completely crazy if one of my girls did that, and that's what we had to explain to them, hey, they're cracking down on this, which is good.
Wow.
I don't want to see any of you do this,
Wow.
It's just not right.
And you think they're learning it from professional athletes?
I would assume so.
Yeah,
I mean, they've got to be learning it from somewhere, right?
Yeah. Man, I never knew 4th graders, and they're seeing this in the media, and it's being glorified. Now you got to tell them you're getting kicked out of a game. It's a big deal now.
Right, and I mean that's going to stay with you. I mean, the records it's going to precede you.
Nice.
Not only that, but if you have a whole team that's doing it, eventually nobody's going to want to play you.
Right on. Thanks, brother. It's a great phone call. I had no idea. I just didn't. And this is all walks of life. Rich kids, poor kids, white kids, black kids. Don't go there with me. The most egregious videos I've seen are the kids in college that just ignorant, man.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Hi, I'm Chuck McDowell, the timeshare cancellation guy and founder of Wesley Financial Group, and I want to set the record straight. I am not an attorney. I've never wanted to be an attorney, and the truth is I really don't even like attorneys. If I sound like an attorney or if I look like an attorney, I'll apologize. But what I've learned in my 15 years in the timeshare cancellation business is you don't need to be an attorney to get folks out of their timeshare. At Wesley, we've helped over 40,000 families cancel their timeshare without me being an attorney. And I want to share with you how we do it. Just give my office a call, and you will not talk to an attorney. And I guarantee if we take you as a client, we'll get you out of your timeshare, or you'll pay nothing.
Call now for your free timeshare exit info kit. 800-317-2277. That's 800-317-2277. 800-317-2277.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Last year, more clients hired Morgan & Morgan than ever before. We now have more offices, more staff, and more lawyers than any other injury firm in the world. Protecting America. Fighting for you. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Beds are us. When dreams don't get in, beds are us.
Right now, get $1,500 off a shower or tub replacement or $3,000 off a full bathroom remodel, plus low to no monthly payments. Call 412-556-BATH to schedule your free estimate or go to bathsareus.com. 412-556-BATH.
Beds are us. When dreams don't get in, beds are us.
From the Aetna Medicare Solutions Studio.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Mostly cloudy and 35 degrees at Pittsburgh International at 12:30. I'm Paul Alexander. Fire crews were called twice to the same home in Carrick this morning. Flames broke out around 1:15 a.m. at a home in the 100 block of West Cherry Hill Street. About 4 hours later, the fire department returned when the fire rekindled. And in Washington County, firefighters were sent around 5:30 this morning to a home in the 1200 block of McKean Avenue in Denora. Damage to the house is considerable. With the latest on the financial settlement in a disastrous train derailment in East Palestine, Ohio, here's when News Radio KDK's Paul Rasmussen has details.
The Village of East Palestine and Norfolk Southern Railroad have announced a $22 million agreement to settle all financial claims from the 2023 toxic train derailment near the Ohio-Pennsylvania border. The railroad has already paid the town more than $13 million to clean up toxic soil that resulted from the accident. Area residents evacuated, and days later, officials fearing a possible uncontrolled blast released and burned toxic vinyl chloride from 5 rail cars. Paul Rasmussen, News Radio KDKA.
With gasoline prices jumping another 7 cents over the past week, what can drivers do to minimize the impact? News Radio KDK's David Bolorado has some hints.
Jim Garrity of AAA says first and foremost, don't drive, carpool if necessary, or combine trips, and don't have a lead foot.
Your car is designed to operate very, very efficiently, but when you push it to its max, especially when it comes to speed, it's going to be burning more fuel than you ought to burn.
And do you need to let your car warm up before hitting the road? Not with today's models.
Really, for most modern vehicles, the amount of time you need to warm it up is however long it takes to turn the car on and put your seatbelt on.
The average price this week, $3.51 a gallon. David Bolorado, News Radio, KDKA.
On Wall Street, the Dow is up 112 points. The NASDAQ up 327. The S&P 500 is up 46 points. KDK Radio News Time is 12:32. Our next update at 1 o'clock. I'm Paul Alexander, the voice of Pittsburgh News Radio, KDKA.
Hey, folks, this morning I want to talk about my favorite family-owned construction business, the 3 cousins at C&S Cousins Construction. Local guys, Sam, Steve, Calvin. They keep working right now through the winter months. If you're looking to winterproof your home, new windows, doors, siding, even a beautiful new outdoor living space built in time for summer, deck, porch, patio, call them now. Just mention Get Marty, 10% off your entire project. C&S Cousins Construction, 989-COUSINS. 989-COUSINS.
Are you uncertain about being financially ready to retire? How long will your money last? How much will your cost increase as you live longer? Brian Carranto, president and founder of Secure Money Advisors and the author of the new book, Right Track to Retirement, has a solution for you. Secure Money Advisors are in the business of creating retirement plans that help you protect your money. They will provide you with a pathway for a reliable income to give you confidence that you will live the retirement you dreamed of. Get your complimentary copy of Brian's book, Right Track to Retirement, at righttrackpittsburgh.com. That's righttrackpittsburgh.com.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Brisk and cold this afternoon. We'll have flurries around through midday, then mostly cloudy skies the rest of the day. High 37. Clouds break, low 33 tonight. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Heather Zayer, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Hi, this is elder law attorney Carl Zachariah. Betty called me last week because her mother's in a nursing home and had given her $30,000 2 years ago. I told her that 5-year look back will not apply. We can get it fixed. Call Zachariah Brown at 724-942-6200 or visit PittsburghElderLaw.com.
The KDKA radio text line is driven by Kenny Ross Auto Group. Find your best deal and Pittsburgh's best warranty at KennyRoss.com.
All right, Tuesday, we push along through the week. So much to get into. A lot of immigration talk. We'll probably keep that up and do a lot more. 2 to 6, right here, Collins Online, KDKA.
I promise you right now, my son, all my kids were athletes. All of them. Chloe in particular. My son is a big swimmer. Sophia, field hockey. Chloe, several sports, including track, where she was really fast. And soccer, where she was really good, has never, ever made a gesture. And I promise you right now, I ain't perfect, but someone's getting their ass kicked if they make some I'm going to shoot you gesture after they score in my family. Ain't happening, man. And I'm glad that PIAA is doing this. Disgusting. Meantime, I'm jumping around here, but this is important. So everybody's talking about the price of eggs. My boy was just in New York, $12 a dozen. Patrick was checking around Giant Eagle. What did you say they cost? About a dozen?
Between $5 and $6 a dozen.
I've never seen them that high. Have you?
No,
Not
this
that I
is the
recall.
highest we've ever seen them.
And I do most of our shopping. One of my favorite Americans, someone I've loved since I was a little boy, my cousin Rick Griffin, has an amazing, first of all, he's an insanely proficient pilot for one of the major, I think it's FedEx. And he has a big, big farm with his family. And he has a lot of chickens, and they sell eggs. You got to hear his story. Cuz, what's up?
How are you, brother?
How are you, man?
I'm good, good. Just got a couple days off hanging out on the farm.
It's a beautiful farm. I went there with my son last year. It was an amazing experience. He has an amazing family. I just love the way he manages his life. You do the right thing, my man.
You're too kind.
How many chickens do you have? And your father-in-law, how many?
Yeah, this isn't my farm.
Yep.
Like you said, I fly for a living. Anyway, he's got the hens. He's got 2 sets of chickens. You got the kind you eat, the table chickens. They call them the broilers. And you got the hens that lay the eggs. Anyway, he's got 250,000 hens lay the eggs. And you were asking earlier, you're talking about these high prices. And I called my brother-in-law just to confirm how much they get per dozen. To grow them, and now mind you, they have the big houses, and the people supply the feed to them, so they're not paying for feed.
Right.
They're pretty much like a landlord. They take care of the chickens.
Right.
And the feed's provided based on the size of the chicken and the type of yolk you want to get. If you want a light yolk, a dark yolk, so on and so forth.
Wow.
But anyway, the brown chickens. They get 14 cents on the dozen. So they get about a little over a penny. They get a penny an egg.
Wow.
And and the white ones are getting 9 cents. They're not even getting.
Come on.
Yeah. So it's pretty crazy. They laugh about it, but they haven't had a raise since I've been in the family, and I've been in the family 40 years.
What?
So, yeah, I think it used to be a nickel. Now it's up to 9 cents, and I guess maybe doubled. But
wow,
or 8 cents.
So Ricky, how the hell's that happen, bro?
Well, I mean, the worker always gets it. I don't know how it happens. I mean, what's happening now though is the bird flu.
Yeah.
Down in our area, when you wipe out, when it starts hitting the chickens, then you have to kill all the birds.
Wow.
So it doesn't. Yeah. So if it just starts in one part of the house, they have to kill all, 200,000, 300,000 birds.
Whoa.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty serious stuff.
Wow, man.
It hadn't affected my in-laws' farm yet, thank goodness, but it's not far from here. And so they want to keep the spread to a minimum, obviously.
So, but I can't understand, just real common sense. Chickens are being put down because of the bird flu. The price is $6 a dozen. Why the hell are you guys getting 14 cents and 9 cents? I don't get it.
They're not unionized. I don't know.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that's the way it's been forever, seems like.
It almost sounds like we're getting ripped off, brother.
In a way, yeah. They grow them, they pack them. The semis come out and pick them up daily. They take them to the middleman. They wash them, clean them up, put them in the containers, and then Publix buy them. These particular eggs go to Publix.
Wow.
So,
and Publix gives 9 cents for the white, 14 cents a dozen for the brown.
well, I don't know if Publix does it now. It could be the middleman. It could, I'm sure the middleman pays my father-in-law, per egg or per dozen.
But somewhere along the way, it goes from 14 cents a dozen to $6 a dozen.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Wow.
I mean, they're not traveling very far from here, so and they're being distributed. So diesel price, it's high, but it's been high for a while. So I don't know why it's up. The eggs are back up to $6, other than the bird flu.
Wow.
So
thanks, cuz. You're the best, brother.
Yeah, man. All right, man. Love you. See you, brother.
Him. Love you, man. He's a wonderful man. Wonderful. I think he has 8 kids. I think. We stayed in his house. It's gorgeous. And he lives in a different world, man. He loves his family so much that he built this massive house on this farm. 8 kids. And when they get married, they move back in the house. It's so cool. I love it. It's kind of what America's about, but it's old school, man. And it's wonderful. Wow. Somebody know this business at all? Like, how the hell are they getting 9 cents a dozen and we're paying $6? Wow. Cool. Thanks, buddy. My man Ray, help me, brother.
Hello
help me.
there.
Help me.
Yes. You and I talked during COVID, if you recall.
Absolutely. Clear the air, man. Explain this to me, brother.
Well, these contract units, whether it's in the chicken business or the hog industry, the contract is designed for the people who are making up the contract. So Marty Griffin's going to get in the chicken business, and they sit down, they put together this contract. So they pay X amount for the eggs that you produce. Now, they give you the genetics in the chickens or the hogs, whatever. They provide the feed because it's vertically integrated.
Basically what my cousin was saying.
Exactly. Vertically integrated from top to bottom. Now, a lot of cases, by the time the contract's up, the buildings are designed that they need to be bulldozed. Just a lot of them, they fall down around their ears by the time the contract's up. So basically all you're doing, you're going in, you're pushing a button, the feed's coming down, you gather the eggs, or you don't even have to gather them anymore. There's a belt underneath there that takes them into the sorting room, and you get paid 14 cents a dozen to push the button.
Yeah, but my man, help me with something. How the hell do we get from 9 cents a dozen to $6? How?
Well, okay, if we're in the guessing game here, transportation costs.
Okay. Come on, man.
Costs.
Come on.
How about that greed word?
Yeah, that's what it is.
How about that greed word?
I mean, I'm not trying to be a jerk here, but it doesn't make sense, does it, right?
Absolutely not.
No, man.
Certainly not. No. Hey, listen. This is important.
Yeah.
You and I talked about this during COVID when the stuff was going on, okay?
Yep.
And the people don't know. They don't know where their food's produced. Here's a big question, Marty.
Oh.
In the township where I'm at, okay, 33 miles from where you're at. 1948, there were 47 dairy farms in 33 square miles.
Whoa.
Okay?
Whoa.
Conemaugh Township over in Indiana County, there were 27 back in the 80s. There's one left. There's none left here. None left here.
None.
Yeah, there's one. None. Zero. Okay? We got 100,000 cow dairies sitting in the central part of the state, central part of the country, northern part of the country. 100,000 cow dairies.
Wow.
Merry-go-rounds. 24 hours a day.
Wow.
Okay? The question is this. what happens when the 100,000 cow dairy can deliver? What happens? Okay? This bird flu that's attacking this chicken industry right now.
It's a great point.
Yes. And I've been posing this to farmers all over the place. What happens?
Wow.
These concentrated livestock operations are carrying the load.
Wow.
Okay, they're gaining the yardage. Well, what happens? Now, we've already got this bird flu has popped up in dairy herds.
Oh.
Okay? In California, up in Minnesota, I believe. I know it's in California, all right? This bird flu has already popped up in dairy herds. So what happens? See? And that's a question, excuse me, that's a question that somebody needs to be asking.
Plus,
now,
my man, we also lose all the mom and pops.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, heavens. My father-in-law, let me tell you something. My father-in-law, the late 50s, he had a chicken house. Out here, you can drive past chicken houses been abandoned for 50 years in certain places, okay?
Wow.
My father-in-law built a chicken house, 3 stories high. At that time, when your brother-in-law said 250,000 hens,
yeah,
that's normal. That's normal.
I see.
Okay, 500,000, the contract unit, 500,000, yeah, that's normal. My father-in-law had 4,000 hens in 1960, okay? 3 stories, 4,000 hens. He sold to all the moms and pops. Him and his wife sold to all the moms and pops. My wife will tell you how they graded eggs and they did this and they did that, okay? Wow. And then through attrition, it just boom, 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 boom. They gained control of it. In the 70s, they started this contract thing. And there it is. I mean, the tailor, getting back to the contract, the tailor makes it. If a tailor makes a suit, he makes it for himself first, you know? So you're getting 14 cents a dozen. I remember I bought bins off a guy over in Armstrong County. He was getting a penny a dozen.
What?
When he was a penny a dozen, yes. He was getting a penny a dozen. Wow. And I bought bins off of him, feed bins off of him, a penny a dozen. Believe me, there was a feed guy. Wow. There was a feed guy that took a beating with this guy here, okay? He was buying feeds at that time. See, they weren't supplying it. He was buying it. He was really getting crushed.
You're amazing, Ray. I love you, man. Thanks for calling, man. Really helps.
See you later.
Wow.
Bye.
It's amazing.
Did you know that now you can listen to all your favorite stations, including this one, shows, and even podcasts, all on the Odyssey app? Download it now.
Hi, I'm Ken Mears, founder of Great Healthworks, the maker of Omega XL. Folks, if you're searching for an answer to your daily aches, pains, and soreness, then try Omega XL. It's a natural product sourced from a green lip mussel. This oil extract is one of the most powerful, natural, joint relief super oils in the world. This one-of-a-kind extract is not found in any other product, and is backed by over 40 years of clinical research, showing that Omega XL provides relief from joint pain due to inflammation. Stop living in pain. Inflammation is controllable, it's manageable, and it's fixable. Importantly, Omega XL is small, easy to swallow, with no fishy aftertaste. And it works. We've put over 20 years into this quality brand, ensuring that Omega XL makes a difference in your life. Try it, and you won't be disappointed.
Call now for Omega XL's BOGO special. 800-725-2090. That's less than $20 a bottle. Remember, there's a 60-day money-back guarantee. Terms apply. 800-725-2090. 800-725-2090. Or OmegaXL.com/news.
Trust Will knows that we'll all eventually need a will. How about right now? Trust Will makes creating your will easy, like while you're lounging on the couch easy. Trust Will is designed by attorneys but customized by you, and all documents are state-specific and secure. Find your plan at trustandwill.com and use offer code RADIO now for 10% off. That's trustandwill.com, offer code RADIO. Trust Will is an online estate planning service. Visit trustandwill.com for details.
Everywhere you look, things are getting more expensive. So at Consumer Cellular, we're lowering the price for those 50 and up. Now you can get unlimited talk, text, and data for $30 a line when you buy 2. That's just $60 a month for 2 unlimited lines. So if you're 50 and up, make the switch and save. Come on, you've earned this. Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com today. Requires 2 lines of service, age validation, and credit approval, subject to system and area limits, taxes, and other fees apply.
Lagina Drapery and Blind Factory, 60-plus years as the area's best and most trusted name for all types of custom window treatments. Family operated for 3 generations. Low factory direct prices. 412-665-4900 or go to laginadrapery.com.
Colin Dunlap on KDKA.
Not a lot of shows we could talk about Herod, Augustus, and a Paul Skeens baseball card. But we've done that satisfactorily during this show today. And I'm going to get into a snowblower topic as a wonderful three-leg parlay coming up in just a couple minutes to close out the show.
Weekdays 2 to 6 on the Voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Folds of Honor has been meeting Sacrifice with Hope since 2019 in Western PA. It's their honor to empower people through education and the opportunities it creates. 41% of Folds of Honor scholarships are awarded to minorities, making recipient families as diverse as the country we call home. Folds of Honor has earned the Gold Star Platinum Seal, as well as 4 out of 4-star rankings on Charity Navigator. You can join their squadron today at westernpa.foldsofhonor.org. Please donate today. Spitzer Toyota of Monroeville is a proud supporter of Folds of Honor.
This is the Bloomberg Money Minute. Home price gains are heating up again. The S&P CoreLogic Case-Shiller Home Price Index for November shows that nationwide, home prices rose by an average of 3.8% from the month before. That was up from October. Now, in the nation's 20 biggest cities, prices rose 4.3% year over year. New York, Chicago, Washington saw the biggest gains. Tampa saw a slight decrease. A rebound today on Wall Street after investors were rattled on Monday after the Chinese AI firm DeepSeek unveiled a chatbot using lower-cost, readily available chips and was trained for a fraction of the cost that OpenAI, Meta, or Google spent on its models. Investors gaining back some of those losses, especially chipmaker NVIDIA. It's up over 4%, but it tumbled 17% yesterday. Right now, the Dow is up just a small fraction, S&P up 0.5%, the NASDAQ up 1.33%. And Starbucks replacing 2 top executives with executives from Taco Bell, trying to stop a slump in sales. Tom Busby, Bloomberg Radio.
Everything you need, every time you listen. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
I am kind of blown away. By this. Wow. So, Patrick, my cousin's family sells the eggs for 9 cents a dozen, and they're $6 a dozen in the store. In the store, my boys that work in the big business end say they lose money on that sale. What the hell? What is that?
Yeah, how is that?
I don't know. Same with milk. You hear it all the time. Dairy farmers can't make money. And they get nothing when they sell the milk. Wow.
Is it the middleman making all the money?
I don't know. My man was right about you got diesel fuel, but it's not. Come on, man.
Those costs have come down.
Yeah. I can't connect the dots on this. Like, how do you get from 9 cents a dozen to $6? And in the stores losing money. You know, it's kind of crazy, but this is true. You know the big stores, the Walmarts of the world, the Coons, real small. Giant Eagle, kind of a middle player. You know what they make profit-wise? Seriously, profit-wise, percentage. Take a guess. I'll give you a second. You have a number? What do you think they make percentage-wise profit? 20, 30%? 33 maybe? Like candy, chocolate guys, they make like 35%. It's just a really good business. What do you think they make? The big grocery chains. The Walmarts, the Costco's, the Giant Eagles. What do you think? And Giant Eagle's much smaller than them. What do you think they make in profit? Again, because everybody complains about food prices and egg prices are today's gripe. What do you think? Anyone? Venture a guess. Less than 2%. You heard right. Less than 2%. A judge sent me 8%. Some of them, the smaller ones, make 1%. 1% profit. I'm not kidding. It's crazy business. So I can't figure how food costs, like on meat, are so high, filet. And they arbitrarily raise the price during the holidays. Trying to get Cohen to call. Yet, the guy selling that filet isn't making money, getting crushed. Why? So my point is, if the guy making the eggs is getting 9 cents a dozen, and then a chain as big as Walmart, Costco, Giant Eagle, is selling them for $6 a dozen, and they're barely breaking even, who's making the money? I can't tell you, because I don't know. It's bizarre to me. And the prices aren't going down. Trump has no capacity or power to lower prices on food. Jeff Cohen, how are you, brother?
Hey, Griff, how are you, buddy?
There's no way a president can lower beef prices. Can he, sir? Any president?
No, cannot. Because you only have three suppliers, and basically they dictate the market. That's how it is. It's just how it works. It doesn't work any other way. I mean, you had 40 or 50 different suppliers that were going to do that. You probably could do some things, but in the beef industry, you only have
it's wild.
Three major people, and that's where it is. Unfortunately.
And so, when they raise the prices, you make less, right?
Absolutely.
And they dictate it all over the country.
Well, they do. I mean, they set the prices. I mean, they certainly do, And they really do.
And there's no way a president can come in and say, I'm going to tell you to lower your prices, right?
Well, he can try to meet with these people and try to convince them that it's good for the economy to try to get things back in line. But in general, no, he really can't do it. It's always supply and demand, especially in the beef industry. The beef industry is crazy, Marty, because what they do, if the market gets too...
I'm sorry, man. We have a crazy alarm going off. I apologize, Jeffy. We'll have to get back to you. But he made his point. So here's my thing about Trump. They're only on the job less than 2 weeks, and people are complaining that they haven't lowered prices. The truth is, they can't. It's really the truth. At the end of the day, whether it's eggs or, as Jeff says, filet, they can't do anything about it. And that's a fact. And I wish it were different, but it's not. It ain't easy.
When the weather turns bad, turn to us for the best news, weather, and traffic information from the KDKA Radio Storm Center. Brought to you by Service Master of Greater Pittsburgh, Demand the Yellow Van, and by Butler Transit Authority, online and on the Voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
The Village at St. Barnabas, the perfect place for mom.
With 2025, it's important to think about the possibilities that the new year brings. Larry Richard for G&G Fitness Equipment. It's new year, new home gym season. Talk to the G&G experts about improving your cardio and strength training. Check out the cardio and home gym bundles at G&G Fitness with great financing options. They have everything you need to build your home gym in 2025. Visit one of G&G Fitness Equipment's 4 Pittsburgh locations or online at ggfitness.com.
In the dynamic world of programmatic ad buying, Viant is your ultimate CTV partner. Target with precision. Buy with confidence. Viant empowers you with AI-driven technology that reaches your audience where they engage most, ensuring your message hits home. And the campaign results? Transparent, thanks to Viant's advanced measurement suite. For media buyers who demand the best, Viant delivers. Viant. Elevate your CTV campaign performance.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at getethos.com. That's getethos.com.
SchultzFord.com. 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 SchultzFord.com.
KDKA and KDKA FM HD2 Pittsburgh. W261AX Pittsburgh.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. From the Aetna Medicare Solutions Studio.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Mostly cloudy and 35 degrees at Pittsburgh International at 1 o'clock. I'm Paul Alexander. News brought to you by P.J. Fitzpatrick. Need a new roof or just want to repair a small leak? Trust PJ.com. Pittsburgh mayor declares he will not cooperate with ICE on raids. News Radio KDKA's Tamara Rush has the details.
Speaking to the Pennsylvania Press Club on Monday, Mayor Ed Gainey said his administration would not be working with U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement to arrest illegal immigrants.
We want to make sure that when immigrants are here, they feel welcome. We want to make sure that they know that we want to provide services for them.
Gainey said he doesn't believe ICE will fix any immigration problems, only exacerbate fear.
We don't want no hate. We don't want no hate. We don't want no division. We don't want none of that. We don't want none of that evil.
He says ICE isn't going to end the situation of a failed immigration policy. Tamara Rush, News Radio, KDKA.
With the latest on the financial settlement in the disastrous train derailment in East Palestine, here's News Radio KDKA's Paul Rasmussen.
The Village of East Palestine and Norfolk Southern Railroad have announced a $22 million agreement to settle all financial claims from the 2023 toxic train derailment near the Ohio-Pennsylvania border. The railroad has already paid the town more than $13 million to clean up toxic soil that resulted from the accident. Area residents evacuated, and days later, officials fearing a possible uncontrolled blast released and burned toxic vinyl chloride from 5 rail cars. Paul Rasmussen, News Radio KDKA.
With gasoline prices jumping another 7 cents over the past week, what can drivers do to minimize the impact? Here's News Radio KDKA's David Bolorado.
Jim Garrity of AAA says first and foremost, don't drive, carpool if necessary, or combine trips, and don't have a lead foot.
Your car is designed to operate very, very efficiently, but when you push it to its max, especially when it comes to speed, it's going to be burning more fuel than you ought to burn.
And do you need to let your car warm up before hitting the road? Not with today's models.
Really, for most modern vehicles, the amount of time you need to warm it up is however long it takes to turn the car on and put your seatbelt on.
The average price this week, $3.51 a gallon. David Bolorado, News Radio, KDKA.
The Allegheny County Health Department has ordered the Popeyes location in Wilkins Township to close following a number of health code violations. A closed sign is posted in the Popeyes location on William Penn Highway, where inspectors found a number of violations, including wastewater leaking from the ceiling into the surfaces and equipment, a clogged urinal in the men's restroom, and no running water in either restroom. Fenway Sports Group is considering the sale of a minority stake in the Pittsburgh Penguins. ESPN reports it's unclear how much of the franchise the owners are looking to sell. If Fenway Group Sports finds a buyer for a minority stake in the Pens, the NHL's Board of Governors would need to approve the transaction. FSG purchased controlling interest of the Penguins in 2021 for $900 million. On Wall Street, the Dow is up 161 points, the NASDAQ up 330. The S&P 500 is up 48 points. KDK Sports, high school basketball players in Pennsylvania may want to think twice before simulating a weapon during a game. The PIAA has issued a memo to all basketball official associations that their rules interpreters around the state and what would be disclosed and considered unsportsmanlike behavior and taunting. Post-Gazette sports reporter Mike White explains to Marty Griffin what this all means for coaches and players.
You know, you see a lot of nowadays, a player like in college NBA, he'll make a three-pointer and he'll pretend like he's shooting a bow and arrow.
Yep.
That, and also pretending any kind of gun simulation, like you make a three and go to your head with a gun or anything like that, will result in a technical foul immediately.
And it could also result in an ejection for the game. And if you're ejected during a game, you also have to sit out the next one as well. Pitt will host North Carolina tonight at the Pete. They'll tip it up. It's 9 o'clock. KDK Radio News Time 103. It is mostly cloudy and 35 degrees in Pittsburgh. Your AccuWeather forecast is next.
Honey, I found the perfect place for my parents and us.
Where?
St. Barnabas. For us, the Woodlands Carriage Home Community. And for my parents, condominium-style living at the Village. My folks will love the Village. There's an indoor mall with shops, restaurants, and more. And we can relax, knowing they're safe and secure.
That's what I plan to do when we move to St. Barnabas. Relax.
Call 724-444-5568 or visit stbarnabascommunities.com.
At Skechers, we put the S in comfort. Now, I know you're probably spelling comfort in your head and asking yourself, is that possible? Am I just a really bad speller? Look, I don't know your spelling aptitude, but Skechers most definitely put the S in comfort because Skechers is the comfort technology company and has developed fits and features that change everything you know about comfort, like hands-free Skechers slip-ins, the ultimate in comfort and convenience. It's footwear you just step into and they're on, with no bending down. Find Skechers at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever stylish footwear is sold.
With Progressive's Name Your Price tool, you get coverage options based on how much you want to pay for car insurance. And then you decide how to spend the rest of your money, because you're in charge. Today, you're going to pay down your credit card bill. But you decide when you'll pay it. Before the due date, so those interest charges don't get you. But you decide if you pay it in full. But you definitely should, because again, interest charges. With Progressive's Name Your Price tool, we'll help you find coverage at a fair price. And then you're in charge. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Not available in all states. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred roofing replacement contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
This afternoon, we'll start off with flurries early on. It'll stay rather cloudy, brisk, and cold, though, with a high of 37. Clouds break tonight, still blustery, low 33. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Heather Zaire, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
It's a winter wonderland of savings at Coons Market.
USDA Choice Porterhouse or T-bone steaks, $8.99 a pound. Fresh sweet cherries, $2.88 a pound. And silk almond milk, 64-ounce cartons, 2 for $6. Come see us at Coons.
Where Pittsburgh comes to talk. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
This is important. I'm sorry I was eating something. I apologize. It's ignorant and rude. It's very rare that I read emails and I weep, that I actually cry. This one did that. I don't know that, and I'm an old guy, and I've come across a lot of dramatic situations, and I've shown this to a couple lawyers and doctors, and it's hard for me to fathom what's going on here for this wonderful woman and her husband and their life. And the only way I can kind of give it context is to tell you this story about this amazing young lady, 30 years old, went to Seton LaSalle, family of plumbers, hardworking. And she's sitting right now in UPMC Children's Hospital, making a decision that would rock her world and certainly rock mine and yours. Right, Danielle?
Absolutely.
Introduce yourself, please, to the folks who are listening and kind of describe where you're at and what you're going through, because this is important conversation.
So, my name is Danielle. I am the mother of 3 girls, Alicia, Crimson, and Sailor. Alicia was my first daughter. She was born in February of 2020. She passed away from CHD in April of 2020. We welcomed Crimson into the world, our beautiful rainbow, in October of 2021. And then Matt and I wanted to have another baby, and we got pregnant with Sailor. Sailor was born completely healthy, passed all of her newborn screenings, was at the doctor's 4 times 5 times in the month that we had with her. And one night we went to bed, and I remember seeing her at 4:30 in the morning. And by 6 a.m., she was, I don't think she was with us anymore at that point. We found her limp, and she had blood coming from her nose, and honestly, we had what's called a near SIDS event, which is crazy because my daughter, Alicia, is the 9th diagnosis of her condition in the world. And then Sailor's condition is completely out of the blue.
Wow. So Alicia passed, right?
In April of 2020, yes.
And how many cases in the world were diagnosed this way? How many?
9.
9. And your daughter had one of them.
She's the 9th diagnosis of 2020.
God. And they couldn't treat it, obviously, and she died.
They tried. Something I learned over the years of kind of going through everything, it was never just her heart. She had more problems than not, and we didn't know that until we got farther down the line. But they tried, but she was very sick.
And you sent me pictures that I can't manage even looking at them. I don't know how you manage what you're going through right now. Tell us where you're at and what you're going through right now with your child right now. These pictures are on the stream. They're riveting. Please tell us.
We are in Children's Hospital in the pediatric ICU, where we have been since November 5th, 2024. Sailor has severe and extensive brain damage, to the point where nobody thinks she will wake up.
God.
Nobody thinks she'll recover. There's no quality of life.
God. And you just, not to be blunt, but you just sit there and stare, right?
Basically.
And the only hope you have is there's some lightning strike, 1 in a billion miracle, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
And they've told us that even if that miracle would have happened, it would have happened weeks ago, months ago.
Months ago.
When it first happened, if a miracle was going to happen, it would have happened probably within the first 2 weeks or so.
So, Danielle, she's on a ventilator right now.
Correct.
What's the decision you have to make?
We, as parents, need to decide to let her go.
Oh, God. Jesus.
It's very surreal being in a very different situation than Alicia. Looking back on pictures of our time with Alicia, she had 18 IV pumps with medications running, keeping her alive. And Sailor doesn't have any. And it's really confusing to see how sick Alicia was versus how sick Sailor is. And it's the comparison, it's wild.
How do you manage daily life? Not to be a jerk, but from a pragmatic standpoint, how do you pay your rent? How do you pay your car?
We've been struggling. My husband hasn't been to work since the day this happened. Wow. Thank God for family, friends, and one of our really good friends started a GoFundMe for us that has helped tremendously, and we cannot thank people from the bottom of our hearts for helping. But it's tough.
I also understand my friend John Perry with Pennies from Heaven that their social worker has reached out to.
Yes, she did, and I plan on hunting her down after we talk again.
And we will post the GoFundMe as soon as we're done here. How do you handle this? Honestly, mentally, how?
I don't know. I don't know. My husband has been tremendous, and he picks me up on the days that I can't do anything. Crimson, my 3-year-old, brings me joy, and those are kind of what I'm getting by on, is the moments with Crimson, the moments I have with Sailor, and when my family's all together.
Honestly, what do you hope for now? I mean, what's the plan in your mind, in your husband's mind?
The hope would have been for her to wake up.
Yeah.
But at this point, the hope is for her to be greeted by her sister in heaven, and for them to run and play and be loved by family members up there, and so we can get to them again.
Do you feel cheated?
100%.
Yeah.
100%. We had a month with her, and she was fine. And we went to bed, and something completely random happened.
Wow. Can you hold on for a minute, please?
Yeah.
I love this woman. She's amazing. I don't know how I could do it. To lose one baby and then lose another's. We'll be right back, folks.
All the news you need for your day and the sports, music, and podcasts you love are all on the free Odyssey app. Download now.
Lowe's knows how to help make your Super Bowl 59 party a touchdown. Let us help you prep your home to host with top brands like Charbroil, Blackstone, and LG, so you can be the MVP of game day. Plus, use the Lowe's app to find what you need for a seamless shopping run. Or huddle up with our Lowe's Red Vest associates to help make all your game time hosting decisions.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at getethos.com. That's getethos.com.
So, the best food in this area is in Oakmont right now. The Lot at Edgewater, the Pub at 333, Hofstadt's, Michael A's, Vinny's Tavern, and the place that started it all, Carnivores. I'm telling you, folks, I've eaten at all of them, and my man J.K., the Oakmont Restaurant King, delivers nothing but the best. Oakmont, the best food, the best community. Check it out.
Window Nation customers have been singing our praises for years. With fast, local service and an industry-leading 96% customer satisfaction rating, it's no wonder.
I researched window companies for the last year to see what the average prices were and the quality of work. Window Nation nailed both.
Get 50% off all windows, plus no interest or payments for 2 years. Hurry, this offer ends soon. Schedule a free estimate now. Call 866-90-NATION or visit windownation.com. That's 866-90-NATION.
Has your home or business been damaged by fire, water, or storm? Even when dealing with insurance, you have a choice who repairs and cleans up the mess. Call Service Master of Greater Pittsburgh.
The man, the yellow van, call Service Master.
If you are new to Medicare and have questions, Aetna can help. Aetna has a Medicare Advantage plan that includes prescription drug coverage with a $0 monthly plan premium. Plus, the plan includes benefits like dental, vision, and hearing. Call Aetna today at 1-833-771-3415 to learn more. A licensed agent will answer your call.
Aetna Medicare is an HMO PPO plan with a Medicare contract. Our DSMPs also have contracts with state Medicaid programs. Enrollment in our plans depends on contract renewal. Plan features and availability may vary by service area.
The 50,000-watt voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
By the way, in case you're wondering, Danielle wanted to tell the story for several reasons. Honestly, to tell about heart abnormalities, to talk about SIDS. And I wanted to hear from parents that have gone through hell, yet they want to spread this message about congenital heart anomalies and SIDS. And really, it's the only reason, Danielle, you have the courage to even have this discussion. Is that fair?
Correct.
And I'm not trying to be a jerk, but I asked you if you felt cheated. I would also be angry as hell. Are you angry?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel angry. I feel very cheated.
Yeah.
A lot of things that you don't think would bother you do. I also feel silly because I thought I was safe.
Yeah.
I thought my other daughter, who was in heaven, would not let anything like this happen.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like a mind game that gets played.
No,
but
no.
I have to.
I love you. I think you're.
I have to.
Yeah. You're thinking I can only get struck by lightning once, right?
Right.
Yeah. I can only get cheated once, right?
Right. And for some odd reason, this happened again.
Man.
I was very adamant when Alicia died that her name would be known, and it is. And I will do the same for Sailor. She will be known just as much as her sister.
Sure. Now, this is tough to discuss, but it's just where we're at here. What happens now? Honestly, what the hell do you do? What's the process here?
So that's a good question because I don't even entirely know the process. We are spending the week to make all the memories, do all the memorial stuff, get all the pictures, and just spend as much time with her and make her comfortable as possible and memorize her.
And then what happens? They turn off the ventilators?
I would assume that they're probably going to remove her breathing tube when we tell them that we're ready.
Oh my God. Danielle, Man. How could you ever be ready? No, really. Man.
That's something I've said from the beginning is I don't want to pick a day. Yeah. I don't want to pick a day. I don't want that responsibility. Alicia's body told us that it was sick and it was done. Aww. And we respected that decision. And I wanted that same decision from Sailor and her body. But I don't perceive us getting that same type of sign. We just have to do right by her.
And the poor thing's been on a ventilator for 4 months, right?
Since 3 months, since November 5th.
Wow. And
that was the day after mine and Matt's first wedding anniversary.
Oh, Jesus. And I apologize for the vulgarity, folks. I don't mean that.
No, it's okay.
And she show any brain waves at all?
Yes.
She does.
She does have some activity, but it's abnormal.
I see.
And it's not enough to generate anything.
Have you sat, and you must, because I know when my parents were dying and we went through this, and this is a very different ball game, but I remember saying about my father, they said, well, we can keep your father on life support for the next month, Mr. Griffin, but, you know, they were wonderful about it. They have counselors there and doctors there who focus on this. I'm guessing they tried to allow you to wrap your arms around this massive decision. Mm-hmm. I'm guessing, right?
Yeah, they have.
And I'm guessing out of their interest in your interest, they're letting you decide? Is that fair?
Yeah, they are.
Wow.
They have expressed their opinions from the beginning. I was determined to talk to other people and look into every research available.
Sure.
And honestly, right now in 2025, there is nothing for HIE or anything that can help the brain at all.
We posted, folks, their GoFundMe on our social media pages, both on X and on Facebook. Truth is, when you're in a hospital for 4 months, which I cannot imagine, by the way, you have no way to do anything outside of that hospital, including any bills, anything. Is that fair? Right?
Yeah.
It chokes you, right?
It does. These four walls will close in on you very, very, very hard.
Yep.
And they do.
2 hours can be hell. How's your husband holding up?
Yeah.
How's he holding up?
My husband's my rock.
Aw.
And he's doing good. I hope he has more support because I know he knows that when I see him sad, I get sad and upset.
Yeah.
But he has done a phenomenal job of holding me down and holding me grounded and helping with everything and being still an amazing father to Crimson and Sailor at the same time.
I got to ask you because it's an obvious question. Have you sat with him and said, my God, darling, we've lost 2 kids. Should we try to have another? Have you had that conversation?
We have here and there. So we ended up finding out in September of 2020 that the genetic characteristic that Alicia had, Matt is a carrier of.
My gosh.
So they said the chances of it happening again are extremely slim, but they gave us the number of there's a 3 to 50% chance.
Oh gosh.
I don't even know what that really means.
I don't either.
But it's a conversation we have had. Yeah. I don't know.
I love you and your courage and your fortitude. I just can't wrap my arms around the pain. I just can't. I remember the first time we were taking my daughter to Children's, and all she had was a friggin' fever, and we were both crying. I cannot imagine what this is like for you. And I will do anything. You know this because we're friends now, and I love talking to you. And as you know, I've reached out to my friends to help, and we know folks at the hospital that are helping, and the best we can do is the best we can do, and I'll do anything you need, okay?
I appreciate that so much. Thank you.
Even here and now and after you make this decision, we'll do whatever we can down the road, too, okay?
Thank you.
All right, my dear. Hug your husband for us, too, please.
I will.
Thank you. We'll talk soon.
Thank you.
All right. Poor thing. So, the link is on our Facebook page. It's Sailors Fight, a Family in Need. My gosh, I talked to her a lot in the last couple of days. I got to thank this wonderful reporter with the PG for passing this on, Abby. Thank you, Abby. Sat there last night reading through this with my wife as we cried, and I think, man, what the hell? This ain't right. But if you can help in any way on the GoFundMe site, because when you're in there, you're in there. There's no income, and the bills keep coming, and that's just another stressor. They lost one daughter, and now they're faced with losing another, and they have to make a choice here in the next few days as to how long they're going to go through this agony. The GoFundMe, Sailors Fight, the Family in Need, is on our social media, the X page, and the Facebook as well. All right? All right.
The following heartwarming yet informative scene is brought to you by Trust and Will.
Son, your grandpa and I used to work on this car together, and when I'm gone, I want you to have it.
Wow. Thanks, Dad. Doesn't count. What you need is a will. Luckily, Trust and Will makes it easy. Designed by attorneys, but customized by you, you can easily create a state-specific, legally valid document that actually counts. Now, let's let the engine do the talking, am I right? Start your will at trustandwill.com. Use offer code COUNT for 10% off and make it count. Trust and Will is an online estate planning service. For details, see trustandwill.com.
In the dynamic world of programmatic ad buying, Viant is your ultimate CTV partner. Target with precision. Buy with confidence. Viant empowers you with AI-driven technology that reaches your audience where they engage most, ensuring your message hits home. And the campaign results? Transparent, thanks to Viant's advanced measurement suite. For media buyers who demand the best, Viant delivers. Viant, elevate your CTV campaign performance.
When you hire our firm, you become part of the family. Nobody messes with family. Get the good guys, Goodrich and Geist.
Colin Dunlap, KDKA. 2025 Pittsburgh Polar Plunge is the coolest event of the year. I'll be jumping in a bunch of cold water. So come chill. Acra Shore Stadium, February 22nd. Make a splash. Support Special Olympics Pennsylvania athletes all at the same time. Every dollar raised helps support vital sports health and leadership programming for people with intellectual and developmental disabilities. Parking lots open at 8 a.m. Plungetown also features music, food, activities, and much, much more. Visit yinsplunge.com to sign up today.
Hey, this is Lisa from Nest Expressions Window Fashions. As we all expected, Nest Expressions has grown out of its old gallery in less than 3 years, and I have built Pittsburgh's one and only state-of-the-art Hunter Douglas Galleries. 2015 Village Run Road is where you'll exclusively find the newest shades, shutters, and blinds from Hunter Douglas. And don't forget, I have the most passion in Pittsburgh for draperies. So call 724-933-5500 or simply nestexpressions.com.
From the Aetna Medicare Solutions Studio.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Mostly cloudy and 35 degrees at Pittsburgh International at 1:30. I'm Paul Alexander. President Trump is praising the initial efforts of Immigration and Customs Enforcement in rounding up undocumented immigrants across the U.S. The president said his administration is taking steps to recover from an open border policy.
I've also deployed troops to the border, and for the first time in history, we're locating and loading illegal aliens into military aircraft and flying them back to the places from which they came.
Meanwhile, Pittsburgh Mayor Ed Gainey said Monday his administration will not work with Immigration and Customs Enforcement. ICE is not going to end the situation of a failed immigration policy, the mayor said. What it's going to do is create more situations where people feel scared, where people don't feel safe. Two separate housing proposals are up for debate today before the city's planning commission. News Radio KDKA's Tamira Rush has that story.
Mayor Ed Gainey's inclusionary zoning proposal would require any developer building a unit with 20 or more apartments to make at least 10% of those affordable. Gainey says,
all of this work built towards our work to launch the city's first ever comprehensive plan in over 200 years, Pittsburgh 2050, to establish a community-driven vision for the next quarter century of our city.
Councilmember Bob Charlin, who opposes the bill, says his proposal would raise the affordability ceiling to 120% of the area median income. Both versions face a mix of criticism and support. A meeting on the proposals is scheduled for later today. Tamira Rush, News Radio, KDKA.
Norfolk Southern and East Palestine have announced a $22 million settlement following the 2023 toxic train derailment near the Ohio-Pennsylvania border. Today's joint announcement says settlement funds will be used for priorities East Palestine identifies in connection with the derailment. So far, the railroad has already paid the village $13.5 million of that $22 million. The Setonian, Seton Hill University student newspaper, is on indefinite hiatus. The university says that's because fewer students are on staff, and the paper suffered a huge setback when its long-term faculty advisor stepped aside after more than 20 years. University spokeswoman Jennifer Rieger says they're looking at options to try and bring the paper back in some form.
So faculty are exploring a number of ideas, and the goal is to have a plan in place by the end of this semester to bring the Setonian back in some form by the fall of 2025.
Rieger says it's her understanding the Setonian had a staff of about 12. On Wall Street, the Dow is up 170 points, the Nasdaq up 338, the S&P 500 is up 51 points. KDK Radio News Time, 1:32. Our next update at 2 o'clock. I'm Paul Alexander on the voice of Pittsburgh News Radio, KDKA.
When the power goes out, your life is disrupted. Heat, air conditioning, refrigeration, phones, all gone. Be prepared for the next outage with a Generac home standby generator. After sensing a power outage, a Generac generator automatically restores your home's power, whether you're home or away. Power your life with a Generac home standby generator.
Generator Supercenter of Pittsburgh clients have electricity. Visit Generator Supercenter of Pittsburgh, 1519 West Liberty Avenue, 412-947-4472.
Attention, have you racked up $10,000 or more in credit card debt? Are you barely getting by making minimum payments? With credit card debt reaching all-time highs, National Debt Relief is notifying consumers about significant debt relief options currently being made available to help those with overwhelming credit card debt. These options may reduce a large portion of credit card debt for those who qualify. You don't need to declare bankruptcy or take out a consolidation loan, and you may only have to pay back a fraction of what you owe, even if you have bad credit. National Debt Relief has already reduced the credit card debt for more than 550,000 consumers. So don't wait. If you owe $10, $20, or even $100,000 in credit card debt, you can now take advantage of this financial debt relief as the cost of living continues to skyrocket. To check what debt reduction you may qualify for, call 800-668-6655. That's 800-668-6655. Again, that's 800-668-6655.
Life-changing medicine is happening every day at UPMC Heart and Vascular Institute.
We have the luxury to be bold, to continue to be pioneers in the world for innovative heart care.
We are the place of discovery. Literally, the world experts in cardiac care are in this institution.
By combining technology, research, and the latest innovations, patients from all over the world come to UPMC.
Because of the expertise that exists here at UPMC, it allows us to take on patients that have been turned down at other centers.
We offer unique heart procedures that you cannot get anywhere else. One of our founding mantras is that compassion has to be at the forefront of everything that we do.
From leading the region in cardiac procedures to being the only center in the state to offer integrated women's health and heart care, UPMC is pioneering life-changing cardiac care every day. Your heart care matters. Visit upmc.com/heart to learn more.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred roofing replacement contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Flurries around through midday. Otherwise, it'll be rather cloudy, brisk, and cold this afternoon with a high of 37. Remaining blustery tonight with clouds breaking, low 33. I'm AccuWeather meteorologist Heather Zayer, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
It's 2025, and it's time to get your home zero-resified by calling your cleaning heroes at Zero Res. Take 24% off all services for this month when you call 412-701-1188 or book online anytime at ZeroResPGH.com.
The KDKA radio text line is driven by Kenny Ross Auto Group. Find your best deal and Pittsburgh's best warranty at KennyRoss.com.
Hi, this is Larry Richard. Join us on the Big K Morning Show tomorrow, 5:30 until 10, in the 7 o'clock hour, along with Rich Fitzgerald, the CEO of the airport, Christina Casotis, with a story to tell about our future.
With all due respect to anybody, including myself, who was complaining about the price of eggs, and Billy Sawyer, who's one of my favorite people, and I've known him like 25 years, so he's like family. The price of eggs doesn't matter after that. I think that's the truth, man. Yeah. I can't wrap my arms around that story. They had 2 babies now. I mean, one died, and the other one is on life support, and that as parents that worship and love, that they've been in a room with the baby that's been on a ventilator for over 3 months, and they have to make the final choice. It's just to turn that off, and then they have that's a memory. Man. And I was telling Patrick in the break, and it's just pragmatically, you're going through this horrifying existence, and with all due respect to any hospital in the country, I've been in hospital for an extended period of time, and it sucks. I mean, there's no other way to put it. I mean, they're wonderful people, and they save your life and all, but this woman and her husband have been in the same room with their kid in ICU for over 3 months. And they sent these pictures that are her little, beautiful little hands and all the tubes. And I would think when you're going through something like this, there are moments in your life where you really think when you're going to sleep that you're in a bad dream. You know that feeling when you're in a bad dream and you're trying to get out of it? You know that feeling? You're in a panic. Get me out of this. I can't believe I'm dying or whatever's happening to you in that dream. That's her life, Danielle. And her husband. And then, as I mentioned, from a pragmatic standpoint, you can't work. I mean, it honestly comes back to a good friend, John Perry, in his charity, Pennies from Heaven. I got to give love to Patrick because he was right when he said this yesterday. This is why Pennies from Heaven was set up. John Perry, who's a fantastic lawyer, but his son had cancer. This is 25 years ago. And they were standing in the hospital, and they were looking around at these families that couldn't afford to stay with their kids because mom or dad had to go to work or both. And their kids, like if you're waiting on a liver transplant or something, you can be in there for 6 months, as this couple, 4 months. And they can't afford to stay there. They have to leave and pay their damn bills. And so what John Perry's charity does is they pay those bills. Lunches and car payments, mortgages, and they reached out to her. And they're doing that. So that insult to injury, with all due respect to the system and the insurance companies and the banks and credit card, they don't know you're going through this hell. And I'm not suggesting they're cold-hearted, but they don't care particularly. They'll give you some grace, but they're not letting it go. And so you got bills to pay. Thus the GoFundMe, which we posted on social. And if you see these pictures, this baby is friggin' beautiful. It makes me sick. And I don't know about God. And I just don't. I don't know about prayer, and I don't know about the power of prayer, and I don't know about divine intervention, and I don't know about miracles because I'm just an average intelligence guy. But I asked her a couple things because I would be. She's angry. Well, you're angry at what? Everything. Why wouldn't you be? Why wouldn't you be? Because you're thinking, if there's a God, what are you doing to me? What's the plan here? And then you're broke, and they're taking your car, and you could lose your house, and you've already lost your job, and just saying. And then ultimately, if I'm understanding what she was saying, by the end of this week, they're going to shut off the ventilators, and that little baby will pass. If they've been clutching, and she sent pics that we've been showing, beautiful pictures of them clutching this beautiful little baby. The baby has to pass, and they have to manage that for the rest of their lives. And they feel cheated, and they're confused, and they're angry. And marriage is tough enough. It just is. It's work, man. I'm not saying it's not wonderful, but it's work. And throw this into that. You're in a room with your spouse for 4 months, and you're watching after you've lost one baby, and you've got no hope for the second one. And then they put it on YouTube. God bless these hospitals. I don't know how the hell they manage it either. These nurses. And so why did I bring this to light? Because I wanted to talk about their need and see if we could help them collectively. And she wanted to talk about the illnesses they both had. She wants to bring awareness to this particular heart abnormality and to SIDS and how they've tried to manage that. And so if you can help them, go to our GoFundMe page of the family on the Get Marty page on Facebook or X. And the charity, the Pennies from Heaven social workers have met with her, and they're helping too. In fact, John Perry, I spoke to him yesterday about this, and he's just as devastated. He said they're already involved, and they're going to do everything they can to make sure the family has an easy transition in terms of the ability to pay their bills. And as Billy says, they pay $1,000 a dozen for eggs for the rest of their life if they had the choice to save their baby. Friggin' A, they would, Billy. We never, ever take for granted the joy that our kids bring us. But when you see it go away, you understand the dynamic of it and what it brings to your life. And unfortunately, in my career that's been this long, I've ended up in the room with so many people who have lost their children. It's a pain and a scar on your heart that does not heal, ever. It can't. Think of little JC, who we've helped so much, and her mom, Marcy, and JC, who has a terminal cancer, and her mom watching her die from cancer. And we took grief because we raised money for her so she'd go on a trip. I'll take all the grief I need if we can bring 1 minute, 1 hour, 1 week of solace to folks who are going through horrific pain that's unimaginable. Look, you lose your mom and dad, it sucks. It's horrible. It's your heart's dragged through the ground, and you cry. We all cried. I talk to my parents every day, and they're both passed. They still have a magnificent impact on my life. However, that was life. That was the cycle. With this, with 2 babies, that ain't the cycle. And that's not the way it's supposed to be. And I don't know how I would recover from that pain. But, as I told Danielle, we will do anything and everything we can to help her as they make this decision. That's so, so difficult.
Did you know that now you can listen to all your favorite stations, including this one, shows, and even podcasts, all on the Odyssey app? Download it now.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, let's talk ED, because millions of men experience it. Did you know that 1 in 4 people seeking treatment for ED are under 40? So you're not alone. And even better, HIMS can help. Find the ED treatment that fits your needs at up to 95% less than the brand names when you get started at hims.com/joy. It all starts with an online intake form. From there, a medical provider licensed in your state will determine if ED treatment is right for you. Through hims.com, you can access a full range of treatment options for ED, including daily or as-needed meds through a 100% online process. If prescribed, your medication is shipped to you for free. Millions of men experience ED, but HIMS can help. To start your free online visit and save up to 95%, go to hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit. hims.com/joy.
Local news can come at you fast. Want the latest on what's happening in your backyard? Download the free Odyssey app. Follow your local news station, and you'll get alerts on the top stories making headlines in your city. You can stay in the know, no matter what you're up to, and be among the first to find out when news breaks. Plus, keep tabs on weather and traffic, so you're never caught off guard. To get started, download the Odyssey app. That's AUDACY, and follow your local news station.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. We recently received a call from an injured person. The insurance company had offered them $11,000. We took the case over and got more than $2 million in court. Morgan & Morgan.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Hearing the news every day is one thing. Hearing it hit home is something altogether different. That's the difference you hear every day on KDKA Radio. We go beyond the benign headlines and bring the news to life. Your life. So stay here and hear the news and what a difference it makes. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
I'm here for PJ Fitzpatrick. I've got to tell you, don't go with just any guy to replace your roof. Choose PJ Fitzpatrick. Why choose the B team when you could get the A team from PJ Fitzpatrick? Trust PJ Fitzpatrick to get your roof done right with a lifetime guarantee on materials and labor. PJ Fitzpatrick has thousands of 5-star reviews and over 40 years of experience. Plus, they can install most roofs in one day. Visit trustpj.com today to set up a free design consultation and take advantage of the fall promotions.
Taxes was not knowing your full financial picture. Now Taxes is getting and maximizing your refund all in one place. Credit Karma, where a TurboTax expert can do your taxes for you. They'll get you the most money back, guaranteed. Then you can do more with all that money, all in Credit Karma. Now this is Taxes. Intuit Credit Karma with TurboTax. Get started today. See guarantee details at turbotax.com/guarantees. Experts only available with TurboTax Live.
And now for a business news update from the Pittsburgh Business Times. I'm managing editor Mike Larson. A big Pittsburgh-based technology company is getting deeper into artificial intelligence, announcing a partnership with British-based company to integrate AI into its hospital and health system-focused operations platform. Teletracking Technologies this morning announced a 5-year strategic partnership with Faculty, an AI leader in Europe that's based in London. Financial terms were not disclosed. Also, Huntington National Bank has closed a branch north of Pittsburgh and will soon shutter one downtown Pittsburgh. The latter is a rarity for the financial institution, which has been steadily building its brick-and-mortar presence inside the city with 10 new branches in the last 7 years. But this is a unique situation. The branch is located at the Grant Building, where the bank's regional headquarters has been based since 2011. Huntington this spring is moving its Pittsburgh corporate offices to the Vision in the Strip District, so closing the Grant Building branch is not that surprising. Earlier in January, Huntington closed a branch, actually a remote drive-through, at 101 East Washington Street in Newcastle. The receiving branch is just around the corner at 11 South Mill Street, only about 500 feet away. For more on these stories and other local business news, log on to PittsburghBusinessTimes.com. I'm Mike Larson.
Pittsburgh's 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
My man Lance from MediConnect looking at people freaking out. Right now, I'm reading posts online about Trump issued this freeze on federal funding for programs, and people are wondering if people are saying that they're cutting off Medicare and Medicaid. I'm not seeing that as being true. I'm just not. I think that's an overreaction and histrionics. So, by the way, I understand that completely. A lot of what happens when you hear something for Trump and it happens like, boom, then you have to interpret it and determine its real value and if it's constitutional, which some of this is being questioned. So you know. So we don't know. But the early digging we've done suggests that there has not been and there will not be any effect on SNAP benefits and Medicare and Medicaid at this point. But we have Lance O'Brien, who's really the smartest guy I've ever met in terms of knowing the benefits and knowing the background and knowing what's offered with Medicare. He'll be here tomorrow live, and we'll get you an answer before then. But I could see why people are freaked out, honestly, because you don't know. We had a guy call in and say they're a nonprofit. They don't know what's going to do with any of their funding. I get all that. I do. Because if you're being funded by the federal government and you're expecting checks and the checks aren't coming, or you think you're hearing they might not be coming, you'd be freaked out too. And that's what happens when you get a new administration. And that's the impact of elections, and they have consequences. And I keep saying that, but it's true, and everybody wants to know what the hell's going on. Trump's going on. He campaigned on this stuff. He said he was going to cut federal spending. So they're looking at federal spending, and that's why they're freezing the allocation of certain funds that they can control. And it's happening right now. Right now. Right here and now. I will be talking to my boys in the streets, the guys in construction and in restaurant business, if they're seeing a change in illegal immigrants leaving the area, if ICE is cracking down anywhere here. Pittsburgh police haven't made one or seen one ICE arrest in the city. Not one. They haven't. So we'll see what happens. I asked Kevin Krause, the sheriff, they haven't seen any ICE raids or arrests. I asked my boys at the jail. They do not. I didn't even know this. They do not manage or handle any immigrants arrested by or brought in relating to ICE anymore. How about that? The Allegheny County Jail does not handle that stuff anymore for 800 different reasons. But that's the fact, Jack. So they have no numbers either. We'll find out by tomorrow. Also, I'm talking to a lot of folks who are engaged in this U.S. Steel scenario. I don't know actually the answer to what's going to happen with U.S. Steel. And I'm trying to get to the bottom of, as we speak, with folks from Nippon. I have one of the people I've been contacting and texting back and forth, and here's what they say so far. So you know. Let me get to this. I'm confused. Here's what they say. This is more antics from Cleveland Cliffs. Look, there are two options. We let Nippon invest billions into your plants and communities and protect and grow U.S. steel, or, wow, we break it up, either with Cliffs and Nucor or this new effort, with Cliffs hiding behind a group of activist investors to break up the company. How about that? It's kind of harsh. But generally, folks, when active investors like this come in, that's what they do. They break up the companies as an investment to sell off the parts and make a profit. This is one of the people who represents Nippon. No one on the other side, meaning Cliffs and or Nucor and or this new group that I'm not familiar with, no one on the other side has committed to keeping it together, to dump billions of dollars into it and grow it. Until someone does that, there is no alternative that's as good. I agree. But at the end of the day, it's what happens. You know what I got to do? Poor Judy's been on hold for 3 weeks on this egg thing. Go ahead, Judy. I owe you.
Hey, I don't mind listening to you.
All right, sweetheart.
It gives me joy.
Thank you.
Well, you know, number one, I'm glad you're doing well.
Thank you.
I hope you continue to improve.
Thank you.
And I wanted to, hopefully, someone will pass this information along to the family that has the little child that you were talking about earlier.
Judy, that's horrible.
Whether or not they are or not, whole thing in a nutshell is I have witnessed what can happen when you have faith and you have utilized the blessings that the Lord gives us.
I get it. You're right.
And
you're right.
I have witnessed
Yes, ma'am.
someone that was near death coming back and actually giving birth to children after this occurred. And that's all I can say.
That's okay.
You know,
and I
have
love what
faith.
you did, and I love your phone call, and I could talk to you all day, but we're out of time. But what a way to end the show. One more thing from Brian. This all goes back to the beginning of the show 4 hours ago. Any mayor who refuses to abide by federal immigration law will be arrested. Not true. Anyone who obstructs will be arrested. Not true. I would love to see the perp walk. I wouldn't. Homan is not playing, and he has the law on his side. This woke filth is over. Maybe so. But I don't see them arresting mayors around the country. I just don't. And I hope they don't. I hope they reach a happy resolution. My man Collins next.
The KDKA mobile news fleet is driven by Jim Shorkey Kia, North Huntington, Wexford, and Uniontown. Visit Shorkey Kia today.
The Village at St. Barnabas, the perfect place for mom.
Hey, folks, it's Marty. My friends at NASCO Roofing work year-round. While it's wintry outside, now's a great time to get that roof project going